right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked society and the upliftment of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, who are the chosen people of the Lord, all right, the children of Israel. All right, we want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Nakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasha Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akims, who are preaching this word and believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Let's get 2nd Maccabees, the 6th chapter, and the 12th verse.
2nd Maccabees 6. 2nd Maccabees 6 and verse 12, and it reads, "Now I beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for the chastising of our nation."
Right now we're being chastised as a nation of people, all right? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are being chastised for your disobedience to your Heavenly Father. All right, and because of your disobedience, the Lord put a strange nation. Matter of fact, can somebody grab Luke 4 and 18? Because of our disobedience, the Lord chastened us, man. Which is why we got put in the position we're in now, under the so-called white man, who is the devil according to the Bible, and under these other nations, man. But the Lord said, that the last shall be first. All right, we were sent to the nations not for our destruction.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 18. It says, "For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies."
Exactly, Salakia, exactly. And that tells you that there's no other way out except to come back to the Heavenly Father. The same one who put us in this position, man. We've been put in this position as a punishment, all right? When the Lord called us out of Egypt, he said what? "I have called my firstborn. Let him go that he may serve me." And since you didn't serve the Lord with joyfulness of heart, the Lord put you where? He put you under your enemies, because you have to serve somebody. You're either going to serve righteousness or you're going to serve wickedness. You're either going to be a prisoner of hope or a prisoner of iniquity. You got it.
"Go your way, O my children. Go your way, for I am left desolate. So, I have put off the clothing of peace and put on me the sackcloth of my prayer."
And that's going into our homeland. That's what our homeland is saying. Go your way, because the Lord sent us away. And the Lord has used this chapter to describe how the land is looking at our people. She nourished us, she raised us up, and now she has to let us go into captivity. You got it, brother.
It says, "I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he shall deliver you from the power and the hand of the enemies."
Exactly. So there's no other way to get out of the hand of your enemies but through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And why is that? Because the Lord put these nations over you to chasten you, to punish you. All right? Matter of fact, let's go back to 2nd Maccabees 6 and 12.
2nd Maccabees 6 and verse 12. "Now I beseech these that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for the chastising of our nation. For it is a token of his great goodness, when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished.
Right?
For not as with our nations, with other nations,
right,
whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish, till they be come to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us."
So the Lord didn't allow us to go to the fullness of our sins, man. The Lord chastened us immediately so he wouldn't exact complete vengeance on us, man. That's why it says this is even mercy. That's why in the Maccabees it's telling you, look at your present situation as a sign of mercy. Because the Lord could have suffered you to continue in your wickedness and then bring an even greater judgment down on you. But the Lord having mercy on us, he chastised us immediately. That's why we got fed into the hands of our enemies. You got it? Done.
It's Hebrews chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 4. "Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastising of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
And that's why we got to immediately judge for our iniquities, man. That's why the Lord didn't wait too long to punish us for our iniquities. Because if you let it mount up, then the Lord has to equally balance that out. We went into that last week, how if your wickedness exceeds a certain level, the Lord got to match you. So the Lord didn't allow our level of wickedness to go so far where he couldn't match it in mercy.
Verse 7, if ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he? What son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then you are bastards and not sons.
Yeah, the so-called white man is a bastard. He goes without a guide, man. That's why the Lord has no, matter of fact, somebody grab Ecclesiasticus, the 20th chapter in the last verse. Because the Lord is our guide, the Lord is our instructor, man. Got it.
Sirach 20 and verse 32. Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
Exactly. And the majority of these nations lead their lives without a guide, man. Without really recognizing that there's a price to pay for all of this iniquity, man. That's why the Lord immediately judged our nation. That's why we got put in this position. Because the Lord wasn't about to allow us to live as heathen children. Because he actually has love for our nation. The Lord said that the other nations, to him, all together are vanity and less than vanity. You can't get lower than less than nothing, man. That's why it says in Maccabees, take what you got going on right now, take this calamity as a sign of the Lord's mercy, because he loved you. He loved you enough to correct you when you went off, when you went wrong. You holding something up?
Yeah.
Come on.
So Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Right.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
And the Lord is bringing the prophets out at the last hour of this kingdom to start gathering the fruit that's meet for repentance, man. The ones that's going to actually come out of her and put the blood of Yahweh Shai on their doorposts for the second Exodus, man. But only a few are going to do that. The majority of our nation are going to continue here until the Lord get rid of them, man. And that's just the way it's going to go, man. Because the first Exodus, the Lord brought the entire nation out, and you Negroes gave Moses hell. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans gave Moses hell from Egypt all the way through the wilderness, all the way into the promised land. Y'all gave that man hell, man. Through the spirit and power Yahweh by Shemel Shah. So this time around, the Lord is only bringing those who are meet for repentance.
It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people.
And that's spiritually. That's not talking about physically, all right? The Lord wants to make this salvation glorious in his sight, man. The Lord wants to manifest this, man. That means the Lord don't desire you to catch a passport to Egypt, man. The Lord want these other nations, the Lord wants Esau, Edom, in America to see you get saved, man. To see them chariots they've been chasing around beam you up, man. You can't do that if you're trying to take a passport to Egypt or somewhere. It's talking about spiritually. Come out of her spiritually. Separate yourself, sanctify yourself. You got it, huh?
It says, that ye be not partakers of her plague, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities.
Exactly, and that goes back into Lamentations, right? When the Lord said, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, the cup shall pass over to thee, all right? And then what did the Lord say to Zion? Thy iniquity is completed, man. And we're coming out here to tell our people, look, our iniquity is complete. The time of recompense is at hand, man. Right. The time where all of these nations who have won and lived deliciously off our people, the tables are about to turn. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. We're entering into that time, a new age of humanity. And these people are doing exactly what the Romans in the ancient world did. Drink coffee, have orgies, and live their life until the Lord put them out of their misery, man. It's no different. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, we'll fall into the heritage of our forefathers in righteousness by preaching the message of Yahweh Shema Shah, preaching the gospel, man.
It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
So the same cup that she fed our people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord is going to order a double shot for her, man. And we're in the midst of the Lord preparing that drink for her to guzzle down, whether she like it or not, man. Because whether you like it or not, the so-called white man, particularly here in Mystery Babylon, which is America, he's going to fall hard, man. And all of his strongholds across the globe are going to fall, man. Because we're entering a new age of humanity, man. We're entering a new place where the Lord is about to create a new heaven and a new earth, man. A new order. You got it,
A little bit more. It says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine.
And that was a proud statement that was made. I read that one more time, Mark.
How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow.
And that's the mindset of these peon Americans, man. We never gonna go down. Let's just drink and have fun until the days are over, man. Bring this out, Art.
Sirach 21 in verse 4, it says to terrify and do wrong, will waste riches. Thus the house of the proud, house of proud men shall be made desolate.
And the Lord is about to make the house of proud men desolate, man. That's the time that we coming into. All right? The whole pride of this system, the whole unspoken pride of these people are about to come to a conclusion, man. Hiding behind your mortgages and your 401ks are not going to help you in that day. Your houses are going to be spoiled, your wives are going to be ravished, and your goods are going to be confiscated, man. And that's the pride meeting its conclusion, man. Because the Lord said pride is hateful before man and Yahweh Shema Shah, man. There's going to be a opposite and double judgment for this place, man, for what's been done here. You got it,
It says, back in Revelations 18 and 7, how much she glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
And that fire is going into them ICBM missiles, man. All right, that fire is going into the missile destruction, nuclear destruction, thermonuclear destruction. All right, that's what the Lord is creating. That's the spit that blow up the coal, man. The Lord is creating these weapons of warfare. For what? To be used, man. Because this present world is at an end, man. We're at the end of this present world and the beginning of something different.
It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her.
Exactly. And you're about to find out that the one you ignorantly call God is more powerful than you can ever imagine. And fortunately for the hopeful elect, we've understood that through the Spirit, only by the election and grace of Yahweh Shema Shah, Lord willing, we endure to the end. But the majority of the planet is going to recognize and acknowledge the Lord's strength through judgment, man. Through the wrath of the Lord, man. Because they couldn't, for the beauty of all things, reach out to the Heavenly Father, so He gonna flip the coin. Since you don't like the beautiful things that I made, how about I switch it up on you? How about everything you've been doing out here, I pay you back for it? And that's the time we coming in, man. That's why the Lord is allowing this pride and the wickedness to mount up to heaven, man. Because this is the last go-around. And if the Lord's going to pull out his wrath, he's going to be justified in doing so. So he's allowing the wickedness to reach an all-time high, man. Our forefathers couldn't imagine what we see today, man. They could not imagine. They could not even fathom what we see on a daily, man. You got more on that up? Get second Esdras 7 and 43. We talking about the damn Lord. You got it.
Why you getting that? Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 18. Verse 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
And that's exactly what we are assigned to do through the Spirit of Power, how by Shema Shah, man. To come out here and give warning to our people first and foremost, man. To tell our people to come back and repent, for the day of recompense is at hand, man. Our iniquity is completed. Everything we've went through as a nation of people was for a reason. And now the Lord is done with the punishment. He's ready to get to the salvation part of the story, man. Hearken unto Yahweh Shema Shah, or taste of the judgment to end. The end judgment, man.
Second Esdras 7 and verse 43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Right.
And the beginning of the immortality for to come.
Right.
Wherein corruption is past.
Right.
Intemperance is at an end.
And when you go into intemperance, that means the lack of self-control, man. Because just like it says, where's that? Second Corinthians 9 and 15 to 9:25, where it says, for the corruptible man, they're temperate in all things.
Right.
You know, that says temperate, meaning what? Self-control. So if you're intemperate, you lack self-control. Read that one more time, Bob.
Second Esdras 7 and verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Right.
And the beginning of the immortality for to come.
And what does that remind you of? That reminds you of Second Esdras, the 6th chapter, where the Lord said what? Jacob is the end, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is what? The beginning of it that follows. The Lord is reiterating that statement right here. You got it?
It says, wherein corruption is past.
Right.
Intemperance is at an end.
Right.
Infidelity is cut off.
Right.
Righteousness is grown.
Right.
And truth is sprung up.
And that's the age that we're going into. But right now we're in that transition period where you got a little mixture of everything as the Lord transitions this thing from dark to light, man. Just like before the sun goes down completely, you got a little bit of night and you got a little bit of day. That's where we at right now as the Lord transitions us from the rule of Esau into the beginning of it that followeth, man. That's the time that we coming into, man. But as it is written, only a remnant are going to understand, man. The rest were blinded. Only the election is going to receive this. That's why only the election of our people are going to take heed to the warning and repent. And truly repent. Not in word, but in deed, man.
Verse 45. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed.
Right.
Nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory.
Because if you read a little bit up in this, Esdras was saying, well, Abraham prayed for the ungodly, all right? Jeremiah prayed for the ungodly, Ezekiel prayed for the ungodly, and the Lord is saying, look, we at that time where you ain't gonna be able to save them, man. This is the day of doom. We separating the wheat from the tares, man.
Right.
That's what the Lord is saying. This is the time we about to enter into, Esdras. Ain't no praying for the ungodly. Yeah, he reiterated that. Because he was telling.
You got pissed at Esdras, man. You got mad, man.
No, you good, because the Lord was constantly telling him, because he was always making an inquiry on, well, what about the ungodly, Lord? What about have mercy on them? Remember us that's doing the right thing. And the Lord was saying, look, Esdras brought out a point of Abraham praying about Sodom, you know, and other prophets that were praying for the ungodly. And the Lord is saying, look, we at the time where it's about to be a true separation, where the Lord not going to have mercy on the ungodly. They're going to taste of that cup of death, man. They're going to learn through death by pain. You got it, brother. Bring out your...
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel?
Exactly. And the Lord is saying, look, I'm about to wreck my own nation. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you West Indians and Haitians, I'm about to come with a flashlight and check y'all out. I'm about to fully examine y'all. And if you good, you good. If you not, you done. I'm not playing games. The Lord is about to make that true separation. And that's what the Lord is telling Esdras in the 7th chapter. He's saying, look, man, it's about to be a separation. You ain't gonna be able to save them that are ungodly. Ain't gonna be no room. This is the room now. You don't wanna listen, you wanna have a coffee and talk all your little shit and do your own thing? All right, well, it's gonna come a time where all of these little trinkets and all of these little distractions are gonna be over with. And if you didn't repent, you're gonna have to taste of that cup. If you did repent, you're gonna be rewarded with a better cup, man. Lord willing, we endure to the end, man. You got it, brother.
This is Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 14. Therefore pray not for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. What hath my beloved to do in mine house, seeing that he hath wrought lewdness with many?
Exactly, and 2/3 of our people are bringing shame to our Father's house, man. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are responsible for the Father's house on earth, man. You're the servants of the Lord, man.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Go ahead.
Shame, lewdness, shame. You know?
You brought disgrace to you hold where you at? You got one up?
Yeah.
Bring that out.
This is
real quick.
Matthew 15 and 13. But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up.
And what do men carry? Men carry seeds. What do seeds turn into? They turn into plants, they turn into trees. So if you're of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you're not bringing up fruit and righteousness, you're getting plucked up out the garden.
Yeah.
And you got to come back through a new seed, through a new plant. And that's those elect men that's going to be that new Jerusalem coming from heaven. Because every seed they shooting out will be 100. You got it, huh?
Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch.
So the same thing the Lord is saying here, the Lord said in 2nd Esdras, look, you can't save them. We at that time while I'm getting rid of them. Let them alone, like Yahweh Shah said. Yahweh Shah was saying this even in their time. Let them alone. They blind, they gonna lead the blind. If they filthy, let them be filthy still. That's not your issue. Don't inquire about the ungodly. Search with a candlestick the godly men, the ones who seek and search for truth. Find them, because that's the key to salvation. Once they gathered up, we can bring this whole thing down. Let not the winds touch the earth till the servant is sealed in his forehead. That's what we're out here to do. We're out here to prophesy the message to our people, man, and our people alone, man. Because this is who the message applies to. The Lord said he made the earth for our sakes. So it's fitting that the earth is in destruction because of our disobedience. It's our property. If we're not taking care of it, of course it's going to be destroyed. And the Lord said he made the world for our sakes, man. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He made the world for your sakes. I can hit you with this. He made the heathens for your sakes. How are you following your servants? That's backwards. You got it.
It's Matthew 25 and 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory,
Right?
and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another,
Right?
as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
So the Lord is coming back to separate nations. The Lord not coming back to bring nations together.
Right.
In a garden, everything is separated. You have your when you are doing a tour of your garden, I got my tulips right here. You know, you see my roses, they right there. You know, my lilies. You see them? There go my lilies.
Right.
That's order, man. The Lord is not with this confusion of all these nations together.
Right.
And Yahweh Shah isn't, the one you ignorantly call Jesus, contrary to popular belief. It ain't whosoever believe. It's whosoever believe who was given the book in the first place. But you gotta know the first part of the movie to understand the second, man.
Right.
If you don't know about the first part of the movie and you just start at the second, you have a whole misunderstanding of what's going on.
Asking questions all throughout the whole movie.
Or you gonna be filling in the blanks and they're gonna be incorrect answers, man. Oh well, since he said whosoever, that must mean all of us. When he say sin no more, he must be talking about all of us, because he said all have sinned and come short of the glory. But when you go into the Old Testament, you see that Jacob was the only one that was given the law in the first place. So how can you sin? Are you filthy? 100%. Were you given the law? 100% no. So that sin no more don't apply to you. because it was never given to you.
Right. Verse 33.
Hold up. You want to jump in on that? You got it.
Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yahweh of Nazareth, a man approved of Yahweh among you by miracles, wonders, and signs, which the Heavenly Father did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know.
Exactly. So that whosoever applies to you Israelites, you Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. That message, that word of salvation and immortality is given unto you, all right? Because you are the chosen seed from the beginning, man.
Real quick, read that over and I read over that fast. And you gotta let them marinate, you know? That clearly broke itself down. Go ahead,
Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call
It shall come to pass that whosoever, go ahead.
shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Go ahead.
Ye men of Israel,
Broke itself down. So you people ain't reading you what you reading, man.
And that's because you started at the part 2 of the movie. You can't just pull up at the second Matrix and know what's going on, man. You can't just pull up on Terminator 2 and know what's going on, man. You gotta have some kind of context.
I got two. I was holding for a minute. It go. It tied right in. Real quick, because I had it from when y'all was doing, when you had the script about the gloom, right? Gloom, that's what's coming. Darkness, right? So,
Real quick, first, this is Matthew chapter 10, straight to the point, verse Matthew 10 and 34. Think not, this is Yahweh speaking, all right? Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. That's that gloom, that darkness.
And what is he gonna do with that sword, man? He's gonna judge, but he's also separating nations, man. Matter of fact, you can jump back into that prison.
Matthew 25 and 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand,
Right?
but the goats on the left.
Now, you got one more verse on that, right?
It says, Matthew 10 and 38. It's like 10 and 34. Yeah, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's foes shall be they of his household.
So the Lord is not only gonna separate, the Lord is not only gonna separate nations, but he's gonna separate the fruit meat for repentance inside the nation of Israel, and those who are gonna be chaff for the fire, man. You got it.
Verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom, prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Hold that.
2nd Ezra 7 and verse 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion.
Linking up who that's talking about. When the Lord said, look, inherit the kingdom that was established from the beginning. The Lord just told Esdras, this is Israel's portion. They got to go through the straight part in order to get the wide. You got it, brother.
This verse 41. Then he said also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels.
Exactly, and that goes into Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and all of his conglomerate, man. But particularly Esau, Edom, man, who's going to be destroyed completely. There shall be none remaining in the house of Esau, man, for the Lord has spoken to, man. That's the devil, the deceiver, from the beginning, that old serpent.
Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah, because the popular belief is that the day of the Lord is gonna be sunshine, it's gonna be hugs. Oh, bro, we gonna be chilling. Oh, all the nations gonna get together when Jesus, so-called Jesus come back. All the nations definitely gonna get together now. Watch that. We can't wait. Nah, we just got multiple precepts where the Lord say He's separating nations. He's separating inside of His own chosen nation. He's separating the ones that are chosen and the ones who have just been called, but they're being wicked, man. The Lord is separating the filthy from the unfilthy. You got right.
It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Right?
As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
Right?
Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
Right?
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light?
Yeah, and that's a rhetorical question. Should not the day of the Lord be darkness? All this wickedness going on, you think the Lord will come back happy? Should not that day be dark? Should not that day match all the wickedness that's going on out here?
It says even very dark.
Right.
And no brightness in it.
Exactly, because it ain't no brightness in this earth, man. Save the hopeful elect and the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
So that means when the Lord come back, ain't no mercy, man. No mercy. Now is the grace period, man, to get to repent and get yourself right, man. Because when the Lord come back, no excuses, man. No excuses.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 15. This the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their mind, that His grace and mercy is with His saints, and that He have respect unto His chosen.
And that's exactly why our nation got judged immediately, man. Because the Lord didn't play around with us. The Lord didn't allow us to continue in wickedness forever, man. The Lord got to a point where it's like, I'm going to judge y'all now, but then I'm going to have mercy on you later, as opposed to what's going on now. Right. The Lord said, look, what if the Lord willing to show His wrath? Matter of fact, let's get that in Romans 9 and 22.
I'm ready to get from the top. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 15, because the point is, nobody can understand this, man. This is only for Israel. It say, this the people saw and understood it not. So they can't get it why y'all got the 12 tribe sign. Why y'all don't have everybody on the sign. Because they don't understand, man. The Lord say, this the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their mind.
Yeah, they didn't even consider this. You got it up.
Right. That His grace and mercy, and it also said that too in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1, man. It said they didn't understand. They was like, is this the people, right, who we had sometime in derision?
Right.
We had error from not knowing His ways.
Wisdom of Solomon 5.
It say, this the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up in their mind, that His grace and mercy is with His saints, and that He have respect unto His chosen.
I mean, that's why it said, how were they numbered amongst the saints?
Right.
See?
Right.
Them niggas?
Right.
Romans 9?
I got one real quick. The lamb back off of that. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12, verse 20. For if thou didst punish the enemies of thy children and condemn to death with such deliberation, giving them time and place whereby they might be delivered from their malice, with how great circumspection didst thou judge thine own sons, unto whose fathers thou hast sworn and made covenants of good promises.
Right.
Therefore, whereas thou dost chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness,
right.
And when we ourselves are judged, we should not look for mercy. We should look for mercy. You have more on that precept?
No, I got no.
Esau know he's done, but he's not done yet.
Hey, and then he shall come down having great wrath, man. Because he realized that short time is imminent, man. And if you're watching the news, man, it's obvious, man. The Lord's getting ready to scourge our enemies 1,000 times more than we've ever been scourged.
Yeah, precept.
Bring it up.
This is our Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 19. It say, they that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that trespass the commandments are a deceivable seed.
Come on. Oh, I got one. To land back off of that. This is Proverbs chapter 29. I'll start at
The Lord called his elect a sure seed, man. They are a sure seed, man.
right, matter of fact, read that one more time.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 19. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that trespass the commandments are a deceivable seed.
This is Proverbs chapter 14, verse 35. The king's favor is toward a wise servant,
Right.
but his wrath is against him that causes shame. All right? So those dishonorable sons, that dishonorable seed, are going to receive the wrath of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Why? Because they're bringing shame to the house of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man.
God.
The Lord said, in Israel whom he will be glorified, man. Hold this up, huh?
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which is sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside. But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it.
Right,
Yet hath he not root in himself,
right.
but endureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended.
Yep, and that goes into receiving the word and receiving all the good news. Oh man, we're gonna be kings. We're gonna have substance. Our gates gonna continually be open. But then when that tribulation start coming through, when you start being chastised and persecuted for this word, then, like it says, by and by he is offended. You got up.
He also that receives seed among thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. This is the main point though. But he that receives seed into good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some an hundredfold, some 60, and some 30.
And that goes into those talents, man. One had 1 talent, some had 2, and they doubled up. And that's what that right seed, when it's planted and it's growing up, that's that sure seed that the brother went into in that precept, man. And that's who the Lord is searching for in this go-round, man. He's not looking for the majority of the planet. The majority of these guys are Snapchat dummies until they die. That's just what it is, man. They're gonna chase box, they're gonna chase fiat currency until the Lord closed the chapter of the book. But those sure seeds that the Lord is talking about, who have been established from the beginning, Lord willing, we endure to the end. That's what the Lord's looking for, man. That's why it says the multitude shall perish that will create in vain. That many shall die, and few shall be saved in this day and age, man. That's why the Lord told Edris that, man. There's going to be very few people that are saved on the planet in this coming judgment, man, because the Lord is only looking for a remnant of his chosen nation.
This is Sirach chapter 17, starting at verse 1. The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again. I'm gonna jump down, verse 8. He set his eye upon their heart that he may show them the greatness of his works. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they may declare his works with understanding.
Right.
And the elect shall praise his holy name.
So the elect are marveling at the works of Yahweh Shema Shah with understanding, man. All according to our measure. All according to our measure, we step out into this world and we understand why the Lord told us, oh, we're not supposed to do that. Now I get why we're not supposed to do that. The water Yahweh Shema Shah. Oh, I see. Oh, wow, how the Lord created the trees and how we breathe out oxygen, and they take in the carbon dioxide and give us the oxygen back. Oh Lord, the water Yahweh Shema Shah. That thoughts are very deep.
Right.
Because the majority of the world not peeping the creation that they in and saying, wow, this is a nice habitation.
Right.
But the elect gonna praise Yahweh Shema Shah's holy name, man. And that's who the Lord is giving understanding to in this day and age. Everybody else have been given off to vanity. You got it.
Verse 11, besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance. He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgment.
And that shows you that the man at the top of that verse is talking about a particular man, or a nation of people, man. Because he didn't make a covenant with the whole planet. He didn't teach the whole planet the laws. He didn't give the laws to them as a heritage. That shows you that this whole chapter is talking about Israel, and it's going to close out with Israel. You got it.
Verse 13, their eyes saw the majesty of his glory, and their ears heard the glorious voice.
And how did they do that? During the time of Exodus, man. When we saw the thunderings and the lightnings of the Lord, when the Lord spoke to the people. All right? And we saw his marvelous work. How? When he split the sea.
Right.
When he gave us a pillar of fire at night and a cloud by day. When he fed us with manna from heaven. When he let water come out of rock. We seen his marvelous wonders. And you know what happened? Our nation did not have faith, man.
Right.
Even though they saw the works. That's why in this day and age, we don't get obvious works, I should say. Everything we get is spiritual right now.
Right. He told the people, he said, hey, you want a sign? Hey, Jonah's the prophet. Saying that, hey, you see my prophets? Them are the signs.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
But he said his people require your sign. Only sign you're going to get is seeing my men in the highways and byways. That's all you're going to get. If you can't see that, you can't see nothing.
And that's because Jake had grew up with that mindset, because Jake heard the stories, man.
Right.
You sitting in your household and your granddaddy or your daddy telling you, yeah, my great-granddaddy was with Aaron them. Yeah, matter of fact, my great-granny used to tell me stories about how she walked and the ground was still wet when they split the sea.
Right.
They heard these stories, man. So they was like, if the Lord gonna come back, I gotta see something. He gotta show me something. He showed great-granny them something. I know I gotta see something. Hey, if the Son of Man coming in my day and age, I need to see a cloud dissolve and him just come down in purple or something. I gotta see a sign.
And like I said, this is crazy because the sign that he sent is so simple and it's even foolish to him. You know what I'm saying? He got me in, I can't remember the precept in my head when he say it's foolish to preach it.
Right, 1 Corinthians 1 and 14.
So the sign that he's sending is so simple. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's man, and like he's sending multiple signs, man. Up to the people, sending multiple signs, but like Proverbs said, wicked men understand not judgment, man. They can't perceive the signs. Uproar to the people, the economy crashing, they can't perceive it. They can't fathom it. That this place is about to be destroyed, man. America the Great, that's impossible. Yeah, and that's because the majority ain't still. They're not still, man. Be still. Sit down. Chill out. Take your mind out of Babylon, man. Everybody always doing something. You know what I'm saying?
I got one to piggyback off, land back off of that.
Straight folly.
1 Corinthians chapter 2 and 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. So the foolishness of preaching is only going to catch the spiritual, man.
And going back to this, what you just read, verse 14 say, he said unto them, beware of all unrighteousness. And he gave every man commandment concerning his neighbor. Their ways are ever before him, and shall not be hid from his eyes. Every man from his youth is given to evil.
Right.
Neither could they make to themselves fleshy hearts for stoning. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people.
Right.
But Israel is the Lord's portion,
Right.
whom being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline, and giving him the light of his love, doeth not forsake him.
Matter of fact, jump back to second Maccabees 6 and 12. That lamb backs up. What he say, the firstborn,
Right.
he nourishes with what? With discipline, man.
Right,
With discipline.
right,
The Lord cooking us in the oven, man. Everybody else microwave, man.
right.
It's quick. It's quick, but it don't last long. It don't taste as good. When you have that oven cooked meal, you get seconds.
And it got
You get
radiation
thirds.
on it.
That freshly cooked meal.
Yeah, when you take every bite, it's delicious.
And it got radiation on it.
Right. Hey, that goes in that microwave. It's quick, but it costs you. It costs more. It's more expensive because you're going to pay with your life.
It ain't no shortcut.
No shortcut.
No shortcut.
And that's what the Lord was trying to show us from the beginning, man. Look, do what I say, man. I'm at the top of this mountain. I'm looking down. I'm telling you. If you take the left on the maze, you're not going to get to the end. I'm telling you. Continue on. I told you to go right. You're going left. What's going on? We trying to get to the end of this movie, or you got time? Because I got time. You got
2 Maccabees 6 and verse 14. 12. Now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastising of our nation.
Exactly. Now read your precept one more time, huh? You continue on. Yours.
Ecclesiastes 17 and verse 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion, whom being firstborn, his firstborn, he nourished with discipline, and giving him the light of his love, doeth not forsake him. Therefore all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways. None of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Lord. But the Lord being gracious, and knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them, but spared them.
Hold that. Grab a second Edges 7 and 67.
2 Edges 7 and verse 67. And it says, for if he shall not multiply his mercies, the world would not continue with them that inherit therein.
Right.
And he pardoneth, for if he did not show up his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might have ease of them, the 10,000 part of men should not remain living.
Right.
And being judged, if he should not forgive them that are cured with this word, and put out the multitude of contentions,
Right.
there should be very few left pre-adventure in the innumerable multitude.
So the Lord had to multiply and spare us, man, like the brother's going into in this precept, man. If the Lord didn't add on to the mercy, if he didn't multiply his mercy, we wouldn't get our inheritance, man.
Right.
The thing that the Lord swore to us by an oath, we wouldn't receive, man, because we were filthy. And Esdras was going into it in chapter 6, so he was like, Lord, you done promised us all of this. What good is you telling us how good the city is if we never gonna get to go in it? And the Lord is saying, look, I multiply my mercies, I multiply the pardons, because I'm gonna make room for you to get what I promised your forefathers, man. You got it, brother.
In verse 22, the arms of a man is as signet with him, and he will keep the good deeds of man as the apple of his eye, and give repentance to his sons and daughters.
Right.
Afterward, it said he will rise up and reward them that render their recompense upon their head. But unto them that repent, he granted them return, and comforted those that failed in patience.
Isaiah 55 and verse 7. And it says, let the wicked forsake his way,
Right.
and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
So the Lord is going to abundantly pardon if you return to him in righteousness and sincerity, man. That's why the Lord multiplied the mercy to a point where all you got to do is sincerely try. I see.
I'm just thinking it's funny because the Lord is cold. Because the wicked, he tell you to do it, but you can't. I was just reading it and it's funny. I want you to look this word up for me. I looked it up here and this is definition. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 15. It says, the man that is accustomed to opprobrious words.
Opprobrious, the definition is expressing scorn or criticism.
Right. So, remember we got, what is it, the last days, scoffers are going to come, right? So it says, the man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life. Two sorts of men multiply sin, and the third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire. It will never be quenched till it be consumed. A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease, till he that is kindled a fire. All bread is sweet to a whoremongerer.
Right.
He will not leave off till he dies.
Right.
A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me, I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. But what need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. That's what the 2/3 say. They see, they think the Lord ain't seeing them, right? And they wickedness. This is the last verse. Verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts.
So you got to think it's 10,000. The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man.
Right.
Humans can't even begin to understand how bright the sun is, man.
Right.
We only have a general idea. The Lord said his eyes are 10,000 times brighter.
Right.
That means the Lord can see your deep, dark secrets, man. That means it's no hiding from the Lord, man. As far as iniquity is concerned, there's no hiding, man. As far as the deeds and the thoughts and intents of man, ain't no hiding that, man.
They know that, man. That's why Jake said the Lord know my heart.
Yeah, he do.
But they don't really consider it.
He do know your heart. He gonna kill you for it if you don't repent. You got it.
I want to go back to this since he brought that out. This is Sirach 17 and 19. Therefore all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their way.
And if you look, you got it.
He said their works are as the sun. The Lord just said his eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun, man. Damn. So he see all your wickedness super bright, man.
So that show you that the deeds of Israel is like the sun at noon, man. You can't miss it in the eyes of the Lord, man.
Hey, that's why it said the sins of Judah were
Written with a iron, with a pen or dot. I got it. I go get it.
17 and 1. Jeremiah 17 and 1.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and 1. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the thorns of your altar.
That shit's etched in there, man. That motherfucking diamond is the sharpest cutting instrument, man. Damn.
And the Lord is saying the acts of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are as bright as the sun is to you, man. Just like the sun is bright at noonday with no clouds in the sky, and you praying for a cloud to cover it so it can cool you off for a second. That's how the sins of the nation of Israel is before the Lord, man. You can't miss it.
This first Esdras chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 74. I said, O Lord, I am confounded and ashamed before thy face, for our sins are multiplied above our heads, and our ignorances have reached up unto heaven. For ever since the time of our fathers, we have been and are in great sin even to this day. And for our sins and our fathers, we with our brethren and our kings and our priests, we are giving up unto the kings of the earth.
Before you keep going, that just made me think if Apostle Gabar did sit down on that, I don't know if you really saw it, and he was going into how the sin of Judah, that's really, and it makes sense when they said, let the blood be upon us, man. Go ahead, read that over.
It says, for our sins are multiplied above our heads.
That right there, that was the ultimate sin, man. He gave Yahushua up, man. That really makes sense. That's what's etched in that diamond, man. All the other sins could have been forgiven, man. But you 2/3 that gave up the Lord, hey, he wanted vengeance, man. You said let the blood be upon us and our children, man. We ain't say that, Lord willing. You know, the 2/3 said that shit.
Hey, but the Lord also said, "Hey, forgive them for they know not what they do." There was some in that crowd that the Lord was going to save, you know. And they may not have said that per se. They may have been among the crowd of consensus, man. But hey, that's a beautiful point.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, con. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
It says, and our ignorances have reached up unto heaven. For ever since the time of our fathers, we have been and are in great sin, even unto this day. And for our sins and for our fathers, we with our brethren and our kings and our priests, we are given up unto kings of the earth, and to the sword, and to captivity.
Hey, and that's a key indicator of who the children of Israel were, man. The ones that were going to be given up to these other nations to work for these nations, man. The same MO, the same type of punishment according to the law.
And for a prey with shame unto this day,
right.
And now in some measure hath mercy been showed unto us from thee, O Lord, that there should be left us a root and a name in the place of thy sanctuary, and to discover unto us a light in the house of the Lord our power, and to give us food in the time of our servitude.
Exactly, and now we're being served in the spirit, man. We're being nourished in the spirit. We're being comforted in the spirit, man. Because now we understand why we're here, and we understand most importantly that this is the last time we're going to have to go through this, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 14. O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved. How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee? All right, because our people had a vain thoughts that they're going to continue to be among the heathens forever, man. And that's just not the case, man.
You know, hey, it said when the vain thoughts lodge, you know, like when something's lodged, that bitch is stuck in there.
Right,
man.
right.
Damn.
And Jake,
Vain thought stuck in your bird brain, man. Hey, that's why the Lord says to let go of your mortal thoughts, man. Get that shit lodged out of your goddamn brain, man. Esau can't be saved. Goddamn, man.
I wanted to bring out a real quick precept from back of the brother's point. He was talking about the eyes of the Lord being 10,000 times brighter than the sun, that the Lord sees everything. And I think we were going into people thinking that the Lord don't see their wickedness.
right.
So hey, bring that out again, y'all.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 16, and I'm going to start at 17. Say not thou, I will hide myself from the Lord. Shall any remember me from above? I shall not be remembered among so many people.
Right.
For what is my soul among such an infinite number of creatures? Behold,
That's what a lot of Jake think. I'm insignificant, man.
Right.
Lord ain't worried about me. Let alone me.
yeah,
He ain't worried about me. Hey, he worried about you because what? You the lot of his inheritance, jackass. He put his name on you. You were bought with the price. Okay? Go ahead, I'm flocking.
behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens,
Right.
the deep and the earth, and all that therein is, shall be moved when he shall visit.
And the Lord ain't gonna miss a beat, man. He's not gonna miss one creature's iniquity, man. Talking about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and these heathens. The Lord got a meet judgment for everybody. and a pardon for a chosen few. And the Lord, and just like that brother brought out beautifully, for you ones that think that the Lord ain't got enough computing power to see you out and search you out, you are drastically mistaken, man. That's why the Lord's name is Yahweh. He is, man. You can't even begin to understand how far this rabbit hole goes, man. You can't even begin to understand how far the Lord's mind is and how much the Lord can contain and handle inside of this creation, man. The Lord taking care of business. You was holding something?
I got one. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. It says, let's start at 2 Corinthians 5 and 9. 2 Corinthians 5 and... Man, the whole thing is good.
Bring it out.
Right. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 4. For we that are in this tabernacle do groan, being burdened, not for that we would be unclothed, but clothed upon, that mortality might be swallowed up of life. Now he that wrought us for the self-same thing is Yahweh, who also hath given unto us the earnest of the Spirit. Therefore we are always confident, knowing that whilst we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord.
Right.
For we walk by faith, not by sight.
Right.
We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord.
Right.
Wherefore we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua HaMashiach,
Right.
that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad.
And we hope through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Shah to receive what? A pardon for our iniquities, man. A pardon for the deeds that have been done inside of our flesh, man. That's why this is not a thing of bragging and boasting. We're all at the mercy of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, man.
We're just trying to let them know that we acknowledge. We know, like you said, man, we know we bottom feeders, man. It's only through his mercy and his grace that we even stand a chance at getting salvation.
I was reading, I know you're talking about
Shalom.
Shalom. Sorry. I was reading Daniel, I think it's Daniel. I was reading Daniel today where it says all Israel sinned. Was that like Daniel 11? 12? I get it. I got one more verse. It says, verse 2 Corinthians 5 and 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, what are made manifest unto Yahweh, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciences.
This is Daniel chapter 9, verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him.
Moses told us all these blessings were going to be upon us if we obeyed. But he said if we didn't obey, all these curses were going to fall upon us. And that's what happened. All Israel sinned, man. Even Yahushua sinned when he came as King Solomon, if you can receive it.
I got this one back that up. It's Isaiah 63 and 17. O Yahweh, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways, and hearken our heart from thy filth? Return for thy servant's sake the tribes of thine inheritance.
And the Lord calls us to err for what? So that we may be judges, man.
Right.
It says, ye are gods. What does it say in Genesis? If they know good and evil, they have become like unto wheat.
Right.
What did the serpent deceptively say? If you eat of this fruit, then you'll be like a god, knowing good what? Knowing good and evil.
Done.
So the Lord allowed us to live evil so that when we receive righteousness, we'll appreciate it, man. And we'll understand how far the rabbit hole goes when you make these kind of decisions.
Right.
As a nation of people, our decision making has caused us to be in this position. And only a few of our people are really going to know and understand. That's why in Isaiah the 43rd or the 44th chapter, the Lord said, ye are my witnesses, that you may understand and know me. Understand why y'all got put in this position. Understand why I had to do this, and understand why it's mercy. Because this is less than what you actually deserve, man. And if we going by the law, the first agreement y'all made with me, then it's over with, man. It ain't no room, ain't no wiggle room.
Romans chapter 8, verse 18. Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are children of Yahweh. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. If so, be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh.
And that's what we're waiting for, the manifestation, the destruction of this age and the beginning of something different. No more of this casual bullshit talk. No more of these cold and hot coffees while you people talk shit about the Lord who created you and allowed you to coffee bean and allowed you to breathe and survive this far. But the Lord is going to bring in the manifestation of the sons of God, which is what? True judgment and righteousness on the earth, man. You nations are going to have to play fair from then on. Ain't going to be nobody who got a bigger gun so he can go walk in somebody else's nation and take it. Not with the true judges of the earth being established, man. Beginning with Yahweh Shai, man.
Ain't gonna be no more moving the borders, man.
Right.
Yahweh
Right.
Shai established the borders. You goddamn devils move the borders, man.
Because when you think about it, a lot of these wars go back to what? Land and resources. Taking somebody else's land or taking somebody else's resources.
Oh, Salaki, real quick, I was just thinking about, remember that interview with that dude from Iran?
Fareed.
That dude, so what he say? He said, we don't really want war. We at peace, man. We're happy with the size of our country.
Right.
We're happy with our resources.
Right.
But not you goddamn devils.
Right.
Your desires and hell, man. You can't be satisfied.
And the foreign minister was constantly taking shots, man.
He was calm too.
He was taking shots. He was going in. I loved that. That was the highlight of my week, seeing the Lord put that on screen so we could see how the Lord used the beast to bring all these other nations in the heel, man.
Hey,
Put sanctions on you, starve your nation out. You know, if you don't want to do what they say, okay, now you're restricted to a 25-mile radius. You can't go past that or you get locked up. And you're a representation of your nation. It's wild, man.
Now, I was just gonna say that it's crazy because Yahweh Shai established the borders. And the thing is, if everybody stayed in their border, and if everybody had different resources, they would be forced to be peaceful with one another. Because if you had,
What happened? Alexander the Greek came around. Alexander the Conqueror came around. He started that shit.
He started that shit.
That spirit came on the earth, right? And then the other nations followed suit. Darius and them, they followed suit. But prior to that, they weren't doing that shit.
they weren't doing that.
Alexander had that spirit that he couldn't be satisfied.
But like you said, if a brother has, if my resources is for example, cotton, your resource is sugar, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mess up my connect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, hey, this is my connect. I'm like, hey, we gonna do business the right way. So me and you straight.
But you know what? You know what has to be established? The mountain of the Lord got to be established. So all borders stay the same and nobody can play games with how this the world works. Ain't no rising up and feeling like, well, why do I gotta pay for his goods? Why do I gotta trade with him? I saw it big. Let's just see who wins.
So you see who wins.
No, you're gonna have the sons of God on the planet.
Them elect 144,000
And if
at
you-
each border with superpowers.
And if you offend, there's gonna be a consequence. So you know what that's gonna establish? That's gonna establish righteousness on the planet Earth. If you got a nation that has wood, the best seed on the planet, you're not gonna be able to go there and just take their trees, man. Or you ain't gonna be able to short them with a diverse weight. Because the law's gonna be established and we gonna govern the world in righteousness, man. And everybody is really hating and upset and resisting righteous authority on the planet Earth, beginning with the one they ignorantly call Jesus, man. Bring it out.
This is Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtained of his law. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency, which is all power.
All power.
Ecclesiastes 19 and 20.
I got a quick mirror back you up with that real quick. Beautiful. This is Baruch chapter 3 and starting at 9. Hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom.
Right.
How happeneth, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land,
Right.
that thou art waxen old in a
Right.
strange country,
Right.
that thou art defiled with the dead,
Right.
that thou art counted with them.
Hold up. It said that thou art defiled with the dead. Now that's not talking about your local cemetery, all right? That goes back into Revelations. The dead did not live until after that 1,000 years. Matter of fact, read that one more time. I'm gonna get the precepts back there from that.
Let me start from the top.
Yeah, go ahead. Start from the top.
All right, this is Baruch chapter 3 and starting at 9. Hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead.
With the dead, all right? This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right.
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and even is like or as in. All right, so it's comparing the dead ones to the other nations, man. So the Lord is saying, how are you in your enemy's land? How are you counted with the dead? Because I made you holy. Holy meaning what? Separate. You got it, brother.
That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom, for if thou hadst walked in the way of Yahweh, thou shouldst have dealt in peace forever.
Right?
Learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding, that thou mayest know also where is length of days
Right.
and life.
And where's length of days in life, man? It's located in the law, man.
Right.
It starts off with the law. And that's why the Lord is going, matter of fact, the first time to bring in that right there, Isaiah 2. How you going?
It's Isaiah 2 and verse 1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain.
And again, that mountain is a representation of governments, all right? That's why they have, again, the G7 summit, the G8 summit. What is the summit? It's the top of a mountain, all right? So the Lord's government is going to be established on the planet Earth, all right? You got it, Rob.
It says, it shall be exalted above all the hills, and all the nations shall flow unto it.
Right.
And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob.
So the other nations are going to be speaking amongst themselves, and they're going to be like, hey, let's go up there, let's go to them Israelites, let's see what they got going on. Just like they love to come to Florida for Disney World and all that.
Why? Because this is our wisdom in the sight of the nation.
And they're going to want to know, man. Just like they go to the so-called white man for all the knowledge and wisdom. Everywhere you go is a so-called white man in that country running shit and calling shit and consulting the nation. Well, you're going to have Israelites in those positions, man. Governing the earth in righteousness under the one they ignorantly call Jesus, man. Sitting in those seats of judgment. So when they ask, all right, so when they ask, what should we do? What should we do concerning the swine in our land? Don't touch it. Don't eat it. It's gonna clean your land up. What about the ocean? What we gonna do with the oysters? You want your water to be clear and blue, right? Leave them where they at.
Right.
That's gonna be our wisdom in the sight of the nation. And that's why they gonna say this. Come and let us go unto the house of the Lord. You know, bring it out, huh? You got it?
It says, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will wake, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law,
Right.
and the word of the Heavenly Father from Jerusalem.
Again, because why? Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the kings and priests of the earth. So the message of the Lord is gonna go through the message, and the Lord desires it to be that way and that way only. Can't bring. I'm not bringing. The Lord not about to bring Moab in, put a garment on Moab, put Moab in the land of Israel, and put His word through Moab and let the whole planet get it. That's not the Lord's desire, because the Lord didn't swear an oath to them, man. The Lord swore an oath to our forefathers, and that's why we're here now, man. That's why we're able to receive the mercy, as well as the discipline, which is mercy.
Right. The Lord say this. He said a heathen shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation.
Right.
This is
You said Moab too.
I said they all heathens. They all bastards.
You said about Moab too, like Moab is not Israel.
Yeah, once he said that, the next verse say Moab, yeah, and Ammon, yeah. This is our Baruch 4 and 1. This is the book of the commandments of power, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
Right.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou may be illuminated. Give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
And why? Because those strange nations ain't gonna profit the way Israel's gonna profit with the law.
Right.
Because they're required to keep this law, and they're promised the inheritance.
Right.
Moab can keep all the laws he wants. He's not gonna get this inheritance.
Done.
And life can't flourish abundantly without the proper judges on the earth, man. Because if you got a wicked ref in the game, you will never win the game right. You always gonna worry about the ref shaving points, calling fouls that ain't really fouls. And that's what Esau is. He's the unfair, unjust referee and judge on the earth.
Not to mention that actually Esau is the referee that's rooting against the adversary. So you playing the game right, the ref is bringing the game against you. That's Esau, man.
And when Esau sits amongst other nations, man, he says that he's judging injustice, but it's not justice at all, man. It's whatever benefits him at that moment. And in the kingdom, Israel's not gonna take your land, man. We're not gonna make a false judgment call because we want your resources. Right. It's gonna all be according to truth and sincerity, according to the words of Yahweh Shemel Shah. You got it.
Deuteronomy 23 and 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
And if you're not chastened of the Lord, then you're a bastard, man.
Right.
And the Lord only gave that chastening to one nation of people, man. You got it.
Verse 3. An Ammonite and Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation. Shall they not enter into the congregation of Yahweh forever.
Hey, forever, man. So that means not a chance, man. Fat chance. So how do you equate that with all of the world can be saved? Anybody can be saved, man.
Right.
If the Lord just put a judgment on 2 nations of people that they can't even come into the 10th generation, man. That means once that child is born, 10 generations after him can't come in.
If you can receive it, that means the reincarnation is real. Even
Right.
if you die and come back, you still can't come back. You can die and come back 50 million times, you ain't coming back. You can't come in.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Right?
The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name.
Exactly. How about Shemel Shah is our portion, man? And the Lord is our portion, and we are his portion, man. That's why the Lord separated us and chastened us, man. That's why we can't go out here and do what the heathen's doing and get the same results, man. Because the Lord actually loves you enough to chasten you.
Right.
This present world is going to live like this until the Lord brings vengeance on them. There's a big difference between being punished and receiving vengeance, man. Right now we're being punished, we're being chastened for a moment. What's about to come to this planet is gonna be death and destruction, as it should be. There ain't nothing but proud ass people out here, man. And they deserve death, man. And that's exactly what the Lord is gonna bring here. Bar none. Old heads, little babes, sucklings. You're gonna find out, since you don't enjoy the beauty of the Lord, right? All this good, well, I can't say this is good, yeah, but you know, all this beautiful oxygen we have, these beautiful trees and everything else we have, since you don't acknowledge the Lord for the beauty he's done, you're gonna acknowledge the Lord for the blood he's about to shed.
Right.
The Lord said the majority of you people are gonna be dead, and there's gonna be nobody to bury you or mourn for you.
Right.
You're gonna be Snapchat, Instagram, reality TV dummies until the Lord clip you. You got it?
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right?
Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
And you gotta think, you gotta meditate. This is the wisest king on earth. This is the richest king on earth. And he's telling you, look, at the end of the day, I done had it all, I done seen it all, 700 wives, 300 concubines. My mind done went into folly, wickedness. My mind done went into all kind of righteousness. And I, at the conclusion of the whole matter, this is the last chapter of Ecclesiastes. And he's saying, look, to sum it all up.
Right.
You got it all.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 18. It's like 12 and 8. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher. All is vanity. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge.
Right.
Yea, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought out to find an acceptable word, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth. The words of the wise are as goads and as nails fastened by the master of assemblies, which are given for one shepherd.
Right.
And further, by these, my son, be admonished. Of making many books, there is no end.
Right.
And of much study is weariness of the flesh.
That's why you can't go into none of the other books outside of the Bible, man. Go ahead,
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right.
Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So the richest king on earth, the wisest king on earth,
And he had real money.
real money, real talents of gold coming in every year and a half, exotic birds,
Yeah, real clean girls, huh?
Right.
700 wives and 300 concubines. Jake can barely handle 2 girlfriends and a side chick.
Good clean girl.
They didn't stink, huh?
Hey,
Good
hey,
clean girl.
and to that point, and he said out of all the women that he had, none of them were righteous. Out of all the women he had back in that day and age, and he was the king of all people, he said out of all the women, none of them was righteous.
None. Not one.
Got one more verse, huh?
And they had good clean box.
One more verse.
Even that clean box, they convinced him to say it was one good one. Huh?
One more verse.
You got it?
It says, for Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment,
Right?
with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Exactly. So your best bet is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. That's your calling card. And the richest, wisest king gave you the scoop. He done seen it. He done lived it. It wasn't nothing that King Solomon didn't have access to, man. And he had it in abundance. And he said, look at it. How did he end his book? Hey, fear Yahweh Shemel Shah and keep the commandments. Because, hey, time and chance gonna happen to everybody, and the Lord's gonna require that which you pass, either way it goes. And billions of dollars ain't gonna save you. Steve Jobs had all the money in the world, but the Lord hit that pancreas and it's over. That's why I say good estate of body is above all gold, man. The Lord gives you your health, that's above any amount of money you can have in the world, man.
That goes back to the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Right?
He's saying every work is going to come into judgment.
And that's how this world works. That's why the Lord told us to keep these commandments. And that's why the Lord said, look, only if you were wise and consider your latter end.
this place is so wicked. It's so adverse to the scriptures. They got a fucking city called Sin City. And what's the slogan? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, motherfucker. The Lord sees it.
Right.
He gonna require it. So you go down there and be a damn Malik yogurt if you want.
Right. Yeah, Babylon, yep, New York. And these people enjoy these phrases, man. They say Sin City and they laugh like it's a good time. Why? Because sentence against an evil work is not, right, it's not executed speedily.
Is that Ecclesiastes 8 and 11?
So you know what people gonna do, right? When there's no consequence, they gonna do donuts in the rental.
Love that, dog.
They're gonna do donuts in the rental until they gotta take you back to Enterprise. And that's what the Lord is about to do. He's about to make you bring your rentals back to Enterprise. And he's going to charge you and tax you for everything you've done in your body, man. Because your body is not your own. You didn't create that.
They didn't read the fine print.
Right.
They didn't read that, hey, if you go over so many fucking miles, you gotta pay.
Matter of
And
fact,
the Lord required all the miles that you went over.
this is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them.
Right.
Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. And at that time, that was the Lord telling the children of Israel that they were void of counsel and that they should consider their latter end, man. That if you break these laws, the little laws you break turn into big laws you break. And when you break all these big laws, the consequences come. And then there's no reversing that until the Lord feel like you're ready to have mercy. You got more on that?
No, I got another precept.
Come.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7. And I'm gonna start at verse let's start at 19. Wisdom strengthens the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Also take no heed unto all words that are spoken, lest thou hear thy servant curse thee. For oftentimes also thy own heart knoweth that thou thyself likewise have cursed others. All this have I proved by wisdom. I said I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which is far off and exceedingly deep, who can find it out? Hey, the words of the Lord say, he are deep.
And this is another perfect example of idiots.
Right.
This is what grown ass men do in 2019.
That's fulfillment of prophecy, man.
Grown ass
Sit down
men.
in the dust on virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right, come.
That's spiritual.
Right, this is Ecclesiastes 8 and 16. When I applied my heart to know wisdom and to see the business that is done upon the earth, for all there is that neither day nor night see of sleep with his eyes. So man, though you try to seek out, I'm gonna read it again. Ecclesiastes 8 and 16. When I applied my heart to know wisdom and to see the business that is done upon the earth, but also there is that neither day nor night see of sleep with his eyes, because you're gonna be almost in the grave trying to seek out all the wisdom. But it say the Lord is too deep, man. You can't figure him out. He said, then I beheld, verse 17, then I beheld all the works of power that a man cannot find out that is done under the sun. Because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, farther than, he said, farther thou a wise man thinks to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. For all this I considered in my heart, this is Ecclesiastes 9 and 1. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of power, and no man knoweth either love or hatred, but all that is before them.
Hey, that's why it's better just to take heed, man.
Right.
It's better just to take heed to Yahweh Shemel Shah. Don't let your emotions get in the way. Just follow what the Lord said do, and you can never do any wrong that can't be fixed, so to speak. If you chase after Yahweh Shemel Shah and keep your first, man.
If I could say this, I was just backing up what Karaya brought out when you read Ecclesiastes 12, last verse, it say, all this wisdom I got, right? He say he sought out everything, man. At the end of the day, you can't find out the ways of the Lord perfectly. He only gave us a portion to get salvation. That's it. Anything more than that, Ecclesiastes 3 and 25, 3 and 21. Anything more than that, man, you being wicked, man. You're going off. You're trying to search out. You can't learn all the Hebrew, man. You can't.
But hey, what normally happen to people that try that? They get bugged out.
They get bugged out, man.
They can't
bugged
handle
out.
all that knowledge, man.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 and verse 20. For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly.
Right.
Seek not out the things that are too hard for
Oh,
thee.
he said he is honor of the lowly. Right? Solid setting great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Right.
Hey, that's precept. Hey, beautiful, man.
Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee,
Right.
neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
Right.
Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee
Right.
than men understand.
Don't be thinking, who created God? How who created that?
Right.
Blow your damn brains.
Right.
And you know what people
Right.
do? They reset. Meaning they hit the restart button and they just like, well,
Back
he
to
can't
a
be up
baby.
there.
Right.
If I can't
broke
imagine,
you.
if I can't imagine him, if I can't imagine how he worked, if I
Right.
can't imagine his process, if I can't imagine how all of these creatures got here and how one being can do all of this,
Right.
then he just ain't up there. If I can't fit him in this 3-pound brain,
Right.
he ain't up there.
I'm gonna give you a cleaner analogy for you, right? This truth is what wine, right? Likened unto wine, right?
Right.
And it say what you can't put wine in the old bottles because they're burst,
That
right?
verse. Right.
You gotta know your strength.
Right.
You a bottle, man. You only can contain so much wine. None of us know we know the scriptures, but we don't remember it off the top. It's impossible, man.
Right,
It's
right.
impossible, man. You try to get all that wine, you gonna bust, man.
Don't bust. And that's why he said put new wine into a new bottle. Right.
And according to your portion. That's
Right.
why Yahushua talked about the talents. That everybody didn't have the same amount of talents. But they all got the same what? The same penny.
Right.
Same thing with the members. We all have different offices, man.
Right. You
Yeah,
can't.
for sure.
Hey, if the whole body is an eye, how can y'all hear?
Right.
You know. You got it.
It's Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So you can't figure out the ways of the Lord, man. He's too deep, man. Just take your portion and deal with it, man. That's it.
Shalom to you, Akim, on the comment
Hey,
board.
Shalom, Malcolm, how about Shem Shah, Bashem Kakodash.
Shalom, y'all.
Baruch Atam.
Bashim Bashim Kakadash Baruch. Yeah, bring that out the land back off of that.
Yeah, you got bring what you got? Bring it out.
Hold on, let them get this real quick.
It's
Psalm 94, 95.
Psalms 92 and 5.
Right.
O Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep.
Right,
A brutish man knoweth not, neither doth the fool understand this.
right. So the Lord's mind is so far above our minds, man. That's why the Lord said, look, just hearken unto the commandments, man.
Right.
Trust me, I made this. I know how it works. I know, trust the manual. Y'all,
Right.
what you say, brother?
Don't be greedy.
Right.
Don't be greedy.
You know, you lean into your own self-will, your own counsel. Well, Lord, what if I went left instead of right? And this is what happens when a whole nation of people go left instead of right.
Right.
When the Lord told them to go right. This is where we at.
Man going of the Lord.
Your hand, your way, and then expect him to bless it. And it's like, no, you're going to do it my way,
Or the
face the husband.
or the highway. And at the end of that highway is captivity.
Hey, for real.
So you either you gonna serve. The Lord
Can't
said to
serve two
Jacob,
masters.
right? The Lord said that to Jacob. Look, you either gonna serve us, you either gonna serve me, or you gonna serve them.
Right.
Now I'm gonna treat you. I'm gonna be a better master to you
Right.
than that master. If I give you up to that master, you're not gonna get paid on time. You gonna put your money in pockets with holes, cause your master made holes with pockets in them.
Right.
I mean pockets with holes in them. Me, I'm gonna fulfill you. I'm gonna sustain you. I'm gonna give you abundance.
Right.
They got 2,000-3,000 laws in America. I only gave you 613.
Right.
They got federal laws and they got state laws. And the federal laws contradict state laws.
Right.
You above that
And they
law, man.
constantly change. The Lord gave us 613 laws that never change.
Never
Stay
change.
exactly the same.
And if you follow him, not only do man live better, but creation live better. When the Lord say every 7 years you give the land a Sabbath, that gives the land the opportunity to regroup, to refresh.
The rest.
You like taking breaks. You don't think the land like taking breaks? When the Lord said, look, 6 days you work, 7 days you rest, you don't buy nothing, you don't even cook. Is that not a righteous law for man to have on the earth? To work 6 days and then to rest on the 7th, actually rest, not try to get all your stuff done on that off day, because that's your only off day. You running around trying to make bills. So it's not really an off day. It's your personal life work day. Because now you got to run and pay bills, and then you go back to work and you do it all over again. No, the Lord made a law, and then he said, look, no working, no cooking. You sit down and you actually
The land
rest.
can obey God better than we can.
Right.
Ruh-roh.
But here we are. And look at the condition of the earth when you don't listen to what the Lord says do, man. Look at how the earth is conducted, man.
Look at the condition of yourself if you don't listen to God.
That's a fact.
Hello.
That's a whole fact. And now our people are destroyed. The earth is destroyed. The earth is defiled. Animals are
Lack
going
of
extinct.
knowledge.
The water is contaminated. And why? Because you left off from the knowledge of the Lord, man. That's like the owner of a Tesla giving you the manual. You just throw it behind you and say, I'm going to do my own thing.
I'll do it my way, God. I know better than you. Yeah. Yeah, okay. See how well that works for you.
This is Baruch 4 and verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Well, I'm going to start at verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Heavenly Father,
Right.
and the law that endureth forever.
Right.
All they that keep it shall come to life,
Right.
but such as leave it shall die.
And that's why you have death in abundance on the planet Earth, man. Because they left the law of the Lord, man. You can't eat what you want to eat because everything ain't considered food. And the Lord would know because he made it. If I tell you not to eat the oysters because they clean the ocean, why would you eat that? Why would you call that food?
You're being disobedient.
It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Right?
Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Right?
That's it.
That's good. I just read that too.
Keep going. Keep
It
going.
says, O Israel, happy are we,
Well, why?
for the things that are pleasing unto Yahweh
What?
are made known unto us.
So that's why the Israelites were happy, man. Because the things that are pleasing to the Lord were first given to the children of Israel, man. Still given to the children of Israel, man.
There's a nation.
So that we could not only keep the joy of the Lord, but Lord willing, spread the law forth on the planet Earth so the whole world could live in accordance with the way the Lord wanted the earth from the beginning, man.
It's just, if I may say this, back in Baruch, the 4th chapter, when it says, the 2nd verse, turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it, walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. On the right-hand side, we're supposed to be the righteous Illuminati, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be illuminating the earth with the Lord's laws, with the laws, statutes, and commandments, with the ways of righteousness.
Light bearer.
Light bearers, right? Because on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, Esau has his Illuminati, which is spreading darkness and wickedness upon the earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, say that.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish.
Definition of language is loss or lack of vitality, grow weak or feeble.
I brought that up because y'all were talking about how the land Sabbath is resting. That's in the scriptures. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Because you were mentioning us, the people, we're suffering also. So the earth is suffering and the people are suffering. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant.
And this world is a present example. It's a testimony of what happens when you disobey the manual, man. Very few people are happy in this world, man. And the majority of these people who say they're happy, it's a front. When they get home, they're depressed, or they're all on drugs to get away from the fact that they really are unhappy, man. That's the kind of world that we live and exist in under this present rulership, man. by violating the commandments. This is what happens. You got it, huh?
One more verse. It said, that's verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth,
Right?
and they that dwell therein are desolate.
Right?
Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Exactly. The inhabitants of this earth are burned. They're tainted, man. Because you're born into a world of a wicked society that promotes wickedness, that indulges, that loves wickedness, and that hates anything that even looks like righteousness. You got Christians who really don't understand the Bible that'll say something about the Bible, and and somebody will hear the Bible in itself and be offended without even understanding what's being said. It shows that this world is given wholly unto wickedness. But it's proof that the Lord wanted this world to be given unto the wicked. So that what? So that when the Lord puts the righteous in authority, the people are going to do what? Rejoice. The Lord put the worst judge on the planet Earth, the worst nation of people that could judge in charge of the earth, man. As a testimony to what? To what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. And who's supposed to be in that position.
I love to bring up, when you think about who's ruling, right? Damn trees are in prison, man. The trees are in prison. In prison, they're in prison. Come on, who does that, man?
Or cut down trees and put concrete there, man.
Concrete.
Or set fire to the Amazon, and you need that oxygen. The whole planet needs that oxygen, man. But since you want oil and you want resources and you want to make money, what do? You burn down the Amazon, man. That's folly, man. That's why the earth is defiled, man.
Because the inhabitants won't let you drill for oil out there.
Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
And only, you got it, bring that.
So the Lord only give his secrets unto his servants, because if he gave it to everybody, then who the kingdom be for? It'll be pertaining, everybody can get the kingdom. Everybody can't get the kingdom because everybody didn't come out of Egypt with the 12 tribes of Israel. So this is only for the elect on this side.
Not to mention, not everybody want the kingdom to come in.
Right.
So you give it to a wicked person, they're gonna teach you lies so that the kingdom don't come in.
That's why Haman was trying to destroy Mordecai in the book of Esther, man. Because what they said was, these Jews, they got their own laws. We trying to establish a one world government, and they're following the laws of their God. So they're gonna be a problem, so we need to get rid of them.
Same thing with the Helishai.
Saint, right.
Yeah, he said he the king of the Jews.
Right, done. So these devils, same thing with Antiochus Epiphanes, same thing right now, man. There is nothing new under the sun. So these devils say, these Jews, these Hebrew Israelites, got their own law. They worship their power. They ain't gonna follow our laws. So we either got to get rid of them or make them take this chip,
Hey, we coming
so
in
we
with
can be their God.
We coming in with a system, and they coming against it.
Right,
Man.
right.
You know,
A
Right.
righteous system.
Yeah.
Right.
A righteous system.
That's what that Acts 18, when they had the camps all over Rome. So they trying to, hey, since they got their own God and they're following their power laws, then we're gonna establish our laws. And guess what? We can be their God. All we gotta do is get them to take this chip. How we gonna do it? Through conditioning, right? Over time.
Oh yeah, you want an easy, quick checkout?
Right.
Use your phone.
Yeah, use your phone. Right. It's a condition to make them. Hey, let me get. Hey, cause Jake love trending to the new trends, man.
Hey, and Jake is the trendsetter, man.
Right, done.
Jake just don't know, like 2/3 of our people don't realize the kind of power our people really have, man. And when they do realize it, they use it for personal gain, man. That's why few of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans win, but the majority of y'all suffer. And you know what y'all do? Y'all live y'all life through that person y'all look up to.
Right.
That's why they call them what? My idol.
Right.
The same worship they were doing in the ancient world, now they just doing it in a different way. Now it's not a statue, it's a living human being.
Right.
Hey, American Idol.
Beyonce is a perfect example of that.
They don't realize they idols is more miserable than them.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yourself can be an idol too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
This is
Lord said they say in the last days they should be lovers of self. So yeah.
Right. And that's exactly what you have. Now that I think about it, now that you brought that point out, Instagram, Snapchat, all of these things are an example of how you can become your own idol. That's a beautiful point.
And they done added the selfie stick. They done.
Are you trying to build your kingdom or his?
Right. You taking selfies. You trying to create your own little reality show. You walking downtown. Yeah, you know.
That's why they added the selfie stick, right?
Because now they transitioning from you have your own idol to you can be your own idol. It's your world, baby. How many followers you got? How many likes you got?
Just about to say, what are they pushing? Follow me on Instagram. Follow me. Follow me. Follow you for what?
Hey, that's
You ain't doing a goddamn thing. Why should I follow you?
You can't say me what I'm following you for.
Following you eating some McDonald's and some Chipotle. That's what I'm following you for.
Right.
In 2 Timothy chapter 3,
To watch them eat a chicken sandwich.
Popeye.
it says, This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents.
Hey man, and that's got 2019 down to a T, man.
Right.
That's 2019 all bottled up in a couple verses. You got it up.
Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce despisers of those that are good,
Right?
traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
And who's the main truth breaker and traitor? Esau Edom.
Right. Hey, and as the judge is,
So is the
so
people.
is the people.
Good.
And his look was more stout than his fellows, man. So it makes sense that the world is proud and lovers of themselves because the ruler is proud and lovers
you
of
too,
themselves.
you too.
Shalom, peace. She good, man.
Hey,
I was thinking that a long time ago, man. The spirit.
She didn't bark up against it. She might be a Jake.
And she was quoting scriptures, man.
Yeah, she quoted Hosea 4:6. I was just finna read it for her too. Yeah, she ain't bark up against the slavery. She might be a Jake.
I was
It's
agreeing
possible.
with you, man. Like, the Lord might change it up, you know.
Right,
She
come.
might get that new body too, man.
Right. Come, man. Come.
Hey, but you know what? That part of the ministry separates the spiritual from the natural, man. And we said that last week, man. Because you're gonna have Israelite foreigners that look like other nations coming home.
Right.
They're gonna be coming back home, man.
That's why she didn't bark up against it, man.
Real quick, the spirit to show you the beauty really is in the spirit, man. Because not for nothing, outwardly she ain't look that good, but she looked beautiful. She was humble.
Right, she was humble as fuck, bro. Right.
If I may say this, that's true beauty though. You know what I'm saying? Even though she may look, you know what I'm saying? Not the
I was
best.
smiling. She was saying things. She was biting me up inside. I was like,
That's true beauty though. That's what you want to see in a woman, especially the woman of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying?
But that, like you said before, that separates the spiritual from the carnal, man. Because you got a lot of carnal Israelites that only see black and brown. That's the only things they see out of.
Right.
But the Lord said He gonna call His people out of all nations where they have been scattered.
Precept.
You got it.
Matthew 24 and verse 31. And He shall send His angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together His elect from the four winds, from the end of the heaven to the other.
That's why in Revelation.
From one end of heaven to the other.
That's why in Revelations, when they say out of every tongue, out of every nation, people think that means all nations can be saved. No, you're gonna have Israelites that look like other nations coming home.
Right.
Because their spirit is an Israelite spirit in that body.
that's why she stood there. Spirit,
That's why she stood there, man. I got another pre.
You got it.
This is out of Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9. And it reads, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
Hey, and the Lord, and what is a speckled bird? It's a bird that doesn't come in the same color all around the body, man.
Right.
It's speckled, it's different. And because we've been scattered, that's what's gonna happen to our people, man. They're gonna come back looking like other nations. Because contrary to popular belief in the ancient world, it wasn't about your skin color. It was about what tribe, what nationality you was from.
If I can say that's common sense, because you can see that right now in one generation.
Right.
You can see that if a man goes with a Jake go with a woman of another nation, sometimes the child comes out looking like
The mother.
another nation.
Right.
So how much more thousands of years, man? Common sense.
Yeah.
why I say we try the spirit by the spirit, man.
Right.
By this word, man. And our spirit bear witness with that spirit, man. Because the gospel is going to be a discerner of the hearts and intents.
Done.
And the brother brought out a beautiful precept on the comment board, Daniel's 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So if she looked like an Edomite, but if she really was an Edomite, she wouldn't understand this. There's many things for an Edomite to be doing on a Saturday.
Right.
And she knew about the land stabbing.
Right.
She did. Yes, she did. Come. Yeah, man. Yeah, she did.
I got a quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 11. I'm going to start at verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass that in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
Right.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and shall gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Yeah, so the Lord is looking for his people, man. Not for these other nations. And his people may come back looking like other people. And that's just a consequence of being in captivity for generations after generation after generation. From multiple captivities.
That's part of the strangeness of the salvation, man. Part of it. Hey, that goes to how is he numbered among the saints? That go for them too.
Right.
Because if you're not spiritual, you'll see different skin color, different nationalities being beamed up. And if you're not spiritual, if you don't have this understanding, it looks like all that believe out of all nations and not the children of Israel, the elect, have been being beamed up. That's the ultimate goal, is for the Lord to gather his elect. That's why it talks about the second Exodus. This shall top the first. In the first Exodus, what happened? The Lord was saving the children of Israel, killing every firstborn of the Egyptians. That's how the Lord was getting down. In the second Exodus, he's going to get rid of the rest of these nations, and our Exodus is going to be glorious. Lord willing, we are of that number.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Right?
And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
And our nation has been oppressed together, man. And within our captivity, our nation is against each other, man. You got Northern Kingdom, the Latino or Hispanic tribes, Native American tribes. They don't necessarily always get along with the Southern tribes, which is you Negroes, you Haitians, you West Indians. And likewise, within the Southern Kingdom, there's division. But all of you are being oppressed together, man. That the words of the Lord may be confirmed, man.
Hey, that's why the Lord said the envy was going to depart from the children of Israel.
And that's what we're fighting for, man. Is that not worth fighting for? Our nation actually being at peace with each other. If you ever had a family reunion or a barbecue or something, that good feeling that you get when everybody having a good time and the drinks is flowing and the music popping. Our entire nation going through that, man. That's a dream. That's something that just thinking about that'll warm you up. And that's worth fighting for, man. Especially seeing the condition of our people, man. Nobody wants to see our people in this condition, man. The whole world laughing, man, but this ain't funny to us, man. Our people are destroyed out here, man. Homeless. And even if they do got a home, they dead inside, man.
Right.
Even if they do got a lot of money, they rich inside, man. I mean, they poor inside. Don't you know that you are poor, naked, and wretched? You got it, huh?
It's Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
And you know how humbling that is? Because you got to think, in the ancient world, we had a big temple. we had a huge temple. That temple Solomon built, it was huge. And now we've been reduced to what? Small sanctuaries because of our disobedience. Small sanctuaries with sackcloth. A little bit of incense, couple stones. Small sanctuary with the word of the Lord. Whereas we had big temples where it was a man in there and 24 hours a day he keeping the incense lit inside the temple, man. As soon as you walk in, it's smelling good. We bringing the sacrifices. We putting the burnt offerings on. Everything was rotating and moving. Giving the worship and the praise of the Lord on clock, like clockwork. Now we've been reduced to what? Small sanctuaries, man. Scattered amongst the heathen.
Right.
It says, therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered.
Right.
And I will give you the land of Israel.
Exactly, and that's what our hope is in, man. That's what our hope and our faith lies within, man. That eventually the Lord's going to conclude this matter and reward the nation of Israel with our inheritance, man. Not that we deserve it, but on the promise that he made to our forefathers, man. That no matter where the Lord has scattered us, that he's going to bring us back. And no matter what our enemies have done to us, they are going to be repaid with vengeance. That's the faith and the patience of the saints.
About to say this. He did say it was his pleasure to get his elected kingdom, right?
I'm gonna get it. You know, I love that kingdom talk.
Done.
I love that kingdom talk. This is Luke 12. Luke 12 and 31. But rather seek ye the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And that's a humbling statement. Out of all the dirt our nation has done, out of everything we've done to be deserved to be in this position, it's still the Lord's good pleasure to give us the kingdom.
That go back to why he chastened us. He didn't chasten us because he's wicked. He chastened us because we wouldn't fucking listen, man. We hard-headed. So he had to think of a way like, damn, you just can't get it. I'm gonna put the wickedest, evilest motherfuckers over you. Maybe then you'll get it.
The faces of men.
I got
They were fouler than the earth.
I got a few. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastity, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and gave them we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastening for the...
Read that over.
The last verse?
Nah, before that, you said they chasten. Read that over.
That's all. That was the point.
I never caught that before.
That was the point.
Call it.
This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 10. For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure. But he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
That's why the Lord said, you further the affliction, you goddamn devils. Wow. You did, it was out of because of your perpetual hatred. You see? Wow.
I got
Man,
one.
I missed that. Call that. You said
This
Hebrews,
is,
I gotta highlight
it's
that.
in the same one where he loved it that in that chapter, Hebrews chapter 12.
Yeah, that was
Further
good.
down in that same precept.
Wow.
I'll read it one more time. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 10. For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
That's joint heirs with Yahweh Shai.
Right. So
Joint heirs, man.
we're being groomed to join Yahweh Shai in their rulership.
Right.
We're being chastened and groomed. The Lord is bending us, shaping us, not for his own pleasure, but for our profit, because it's going to benefit you, because I'm already straight. I've been good. I'm still good. I'm doing this for you, son. That's what the Lord doing for us, man.
Hey,
and that's what, hey, Paul bringing it out, man.
Hey, if he chastising us, then he chastised Yahushua
right.
for that same reason.
Hey, he
for
said,
the same reason, man.
It gave him pleasure,
good,
man.
For his benefit.
Right.
They gave him, hey, God. Gave him pleasure.
Leads them by the bruises, man.
It's Romans chapter 8, verse 17. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Heavenly Father, and joint heirs with Hamashiach.
But you know what that means, right? With that title comes responsibility. And if you're going to be joint heirs with them, you got to get chastised with them according to your measure. Your chastisement ain't even the same. You got a smaller portion.
Hey, and that's mercy. That's the beautiful mercy of Yahushua.
Because he could have forbear, he could have just let us ride it out and then make us pay the full tab.
But just the fact that your chastisement is different from mine. I might not be able to handle what you can handle.
Just about to say that.
Hey, man.
I was just about to say that, Floppy. The same thing in the truth, man. One brother might catch hell more than another. You know, we may get on one brother more than another. It's not that. It's just that the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, man, that brother may know more than us. Right. More may be required of him. Maybe that's why he do a video every day. You got a bigger portion. You got a larger portion.
I'm going to go ahead and finish it. It says,
that's struggling to keep up with them. They come out every day.
That's beautiful.
Nah, Hebrew Israelites, man.
Okay.
All right, repent.
All right,
repent.
sis.
The kingdom of heaven is
All
at
right,
hand.
sis. I got it.
It says, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Because what can you compare to eternity? How can you balance the scales with immortality? You want Bill Gates' life, son? Or you want this immortal life? Because what he got seems good for now, but he gonna have to pay for that later. What I'm giving you ain't no stop clock on that. When I give you the kingdom, ain't no expiration date. You ain't gonna wake up and say, oh shit, they took over.
Right.
Oh shit, this immortality, it was just a dream.
Right.
Nah, it's there. It ain't going nowhere, son. You got all the time in the world. You don't even need a watch. Unless you just getting fancy, you don't need a watch. Well, you got it.
You ain't gonna have to worry, you know, even though Esau full of shit, Esau like the world being overpopulated. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. And even if the world wasn't overpopulated, guess what? He said there's many mansions in this father's house.
Right.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Hey, that's why this present moment can't be compared, man.
That's what he said. Oh, that they were considered the latter end.
Right. Hey, that same analogy that we started off with earlier. This world is microwave. What's coming is oven baked.
Right.
These people are microwave. They here today and they gone tomorrow.
Right.
They sway with the wind. When you go into your freezer, you looking up for microwave dinner, you can have a whole steak dinner in 2 minutes.
Oh God, who cook better, men or women? Let's be real. Men are better cooks. And our father up there cooking up a good old meal. Cooking up a good old meal.
Hey, what he said? He said, right. Matthew 22. Hey, my fatlings are ready. Get them to the marrow. I got a table full of food.
Hey, and linking back up with it's your father's good pleasure.
Right.
When you whipped up a good meal,
you want everybody to eat. Hey, how the food taste, man? It's good.
Good.
Like that shit good, right? Wait 1 minute. I got 4. Hold up.
God, right.
Come on, man.
Like that lamb.
Hey, bring the rest out.
Come on, man.
Hey, that lamb was killing.
Come on. And it ain't no end to it. So the Lord is doing what? He's chastening us now. If I'm gonna make you a king, I'm gonna make you a ruler. You can't just walk in any kind of way. Otherwise, it's gonna have an expiration date on it. Because you're bound by these laws. If you can't keep these laws, you ain't gonna be in rulership that long. Matter of fact, somebody grab Wisdom Solomon 16.
Yeah, this a little bit long, but it got meat on it. This is Baruch chapter 4, and we're gonna start at 27. It says, you want to take it to 25? I go to 25. It's a lot of meat. It says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shall see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck.
Right.
My delicate ones have gone rough ways.
Come on, man. That ain't the Bible you read.
Hey, that's my Bible, bro.
God is love, brother. That's the thing.
Hey, but that's showing you that the Lord is for us getting our revenge.
Right. God.
The Lord is all about us putting our foot on the neck of our enemies, man.
God.
As they have done to us, it shall be done unto them. Thus saith the Lord, man. And they deserve it. Got it?
It says, my delicate ones have gone rough ways,
Right.
and were taken away as flock caught of the enemy.
Right?
Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
Where we sighing and crying on the highways and the byways,
byways, sighing and crying. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation.
Exactly, man, because at one point in time, you could go up to a random Negro, Latino, or Native American, and they'll put you in their house, man. You have plenty of stories of Israelites who are walking in the book of Kings and Judges, and a brother will walk up and say, hey, man, what are you saying? Come over here. Tell me about what's going on in Shechem.
Right.
I got some wine for you.
Wow.
Yeah, come chill, come lay down.
Tenderness talking about Deuteronomy.
Exactly. Because all of these things were involved in the law, man. You could go to a random Negro, Latino, or Native American. You could leave your house in the land of Israel in the ancient world and not have any clothes packed or anything, and you will be good.
Good. Good.
But what happened? Since we disobeyed, all of those rewards turned into judgments and consequences.
Right.
So the same way you used to be able to go to your brother for the warmth, now you go to your enemies for the warmth and you involved in it, which is the worst feeling ever. You walking up to somebody that hates you and asking them for something. You know he hates your guts. You gotta humble yourself before your enemies, man.
I was about to say this. Hold up.
It's still some more meat on there.
I know. Just to back that up, what you just said, just come out comment board from the brother on the comment board.
Psalms 103 and 2.
Right.
Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits.
Right.
Hey,
back to that.
hey,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
this
That's
truth,
short and sweet.
this truth is the highest benefit that you can receive on the planet Earth
Right, man. This is your wisdom inside of the nations, man.
What's one of your favorite scriptures? Notice us with what?
Daily
Benefit. Yeah, right. Psalm 69, man.
Because why? Because
Right.
why? You're the servants of the Lord, man. And it's so odd that Jacob trusts his enemy to supply him with everything he needs to do his job with the enemy. But he won't supply, but the Lord won't supply you with whatever you need. That's why Yahweh Shah say, take no thought, man. Why you worry about these things? If you working for me, I'm gonna make sure you eat. I'm gonna make sure you got what you need.
Right.
Hey,
Daily bread.
what do you say, man? Hey, do the birds gotta worry about where they gonna
No.
where they gonna rest?
They don't store their food in no bun house.
Exactly. What do you say? Don't I care about y'all?
Right.
More?
Right.
Every
got you.
hair on your head is numbered, man.
Right.
Every day on your
Done.
head.
Done.
I got one.
Hey, and we can sit and look at each other's head all day with a magnifying glass. We can't count each other. Hey, it's impossible, man.
Hey, I got one. Matthew chapter 6, verse 25.
Yeah. Fire. That's my
Therefore I say unto you,
best
take
scripture
no
in the
thought
book.
for your life,
Done.
what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, and what ye shall put on.
Right.
Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment?
Hey, that's one of the best verses, chapter from verse 19 down to 34. That's one of the best chapters in the Bible, man.
And you got to keep in mind, this is Yahweh Shah talking to Israel.
Right.
And who is the Israelites? They're the servants of the Lord.
Done.
And he's saying, look, if you the servants of the Lord, why you worry about what you gonna put on? Why you worry about what you gonna eat? Why you worry about what you gonna drink if you working for the creator of all things, man?
If I may say this, right? It all goes back to faith. You know what I'm saying? Because in Hebrews 11, the 6 it says, without faith, it's impossible to please him. So Jake have faith in his job. You have faith that if you go work, you're going to get paid, right? So if you work for the Lord, you should have faith that the Lord going to pay you back with what?
Right.
The kingdom.
Right. Come.
It's as simple as that.
With 100-fold.
Jake could get into a car accident, speeding to work, man. You don't have faith that the Lord will have your ass in the accident. You think you gonna get this safe?
Right. Not even right.
Consider it.
Hey, boy, I drive with scarceness.
Hey, Jay get paid on Friday. They know sometimes he check and put in early on Thursday night. They spend the money before.
Right.
Hey, that's how much faith they got in Esau, man. Because they know they check on me.
Guess what? Hey, you gonna lament for the teachers because the preachers gonna fail, man.
Because what's synonymous with faith? Trust. For me to believe in you, I gotta trust you. So what Jake does when he does that is say, I trust this world and I trust my enemies more than I trust the creator of this world and the lot that he gave my nation.
All day.
Because if you're serving the Lord, if that's your main priority, if the so-called white man give people $50,000 a year to do a job, you don't think the creator of all things is going to sustain you for doing your job? That's what a salary is. When you go into salary, really the etymology goes back to salt. During the Roman Empire, they used to pay people in salt.
Right.
But what is a salary? It's your income for the year. So you don't have to worry every month. All right, I got to do my books, I got to see. So if I work 20 hours, nah. You got more responsibility, so I don't need you to worry about that. That's the same thing with the service of the Lord. You're responsible. That's why the Lord told Ezra what to let go of mortal thoughts. I got you on a job way higher than that. So all of that little stuff that the world worrying about, the men of this world worrying about, how they gonna feed themselves, calculating their hours before they get their checks so they can figure out how they gonna pay Duke Electric and Metro and Geico. Don't worry about that. I got you on this job right here, and you gotta trust me to fill in those blanks. You don't see it coming, you don't know how it's gonna get handled, but that's gonna build your trust in me.
Walk by faith, not by sight.
And it's only possible if you can't see it coming. It's only possible to walk by faith and not by sight if you can't see your victory in front of you. If you can only see it in the spirit through hope, through faith.
You know what's crazy? I was saying it way before I came to the truth, man. If you pray to the Lord about something, you must believe it's gonna already happen, man. That's the faith. You gotta believe that He gonna do it, man. How much more when you come into the truth and you know His Hebrew name?
Hey, if Esau say, look, I'm gonna pay you $16 an hour, you don't go to the office every day and say, hey, you still paying me $16 an hour? Just check it. And the Lord say He gonna have the kingdom of heaven for us, and all we gotta do is have faith to continue to. Hey, you moving by faith regardless. Whether you worshiping Yahweh Shah, you in this world, you moving by faith and not by sight anyway.
It's something anyway.
You can't see your check, hit your bank account, but you got faith that's in there.
Right.
Hey, I still got
go back into that group, Go ahead,
Finish it off?
It's all good. Hold that one, man. Bring that on too.
Jake gonna have about 4 or 5 fingers in the script.
Yeah, let me bring this out real quick, man. Just because the brother wanted this is just quick and sweet.
Bring it out.
This is John chapter 20, and I'm gonna start at 26. We was getting into faith and all and getting into that. It says, after 8 days, again his disciples were within, and Thomas with them. Then came Yahushua, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, peace be unto you. Then said he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hand. And reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side.
Because when you understand that story, Thomas wasn't with them when Yahushua came to the 11. He wasn't there. But then when he came, they told him that Yahushua came. He didn't believe him. So this is what it's going into. This Yahushua telling him, hey, thrust your fingers in then. Damn it.
That's what Thomas said. I mean, I don't believe it. I ain't gonna believe it till I stick my finger through.
Go ahead,
words. Man, that's cold.
He ate his word. Exactly. Then said he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hand, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. And Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my power. Hey, man.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Get the rest off though.
Real quick, he said,
Give
be
me the
not
point.
faithless. What did he say? Oh,
Right.
faithless is from birth generation.
Right. Done.
He said, and Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my power. Yahushua saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed.
Right.
Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed.
Now look, Thomas was one of the 12.
Right. One of the 12.
You walking with Yahushua before he was crucified. What type of faith he had that you don't believe Yahushua? You was with the man. We ain't been with Yahushua.
But he told
I mean, in this land right
Yahushua
now.
told him what was going to happen.
Right.
He already told him.
Already before, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
So if they told you, hey, Yahushua already came back, bro, you missed him.
He rose.
Why you gonna say, no, I don't believe that?
They was already in that spirit though, because they
Right.
always talking shit.
Right.
Man, he tricked us, man. He said he was gonna return.
Right. Because all of them were kind of like that at first. Con.
Hey, but that, like you said, man, that's going into faith, man. That's
Right.
just going into faith, bro. And like you said, man, it's a gift, man, that Yahushua
Yeah.
gave us this, bro.
Hey, you know,
Hey, the Holy going through it all the time. Bro.
Done.
It could have been a neutron in a brick or an atom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's better. Hey, being a neutron in a brick is better than being a goddamn red Hebrew Edomite.
Good.
I'd rather be the shit out of a dog's ass
Right.
than a red Hebrew Edomite.
Hey, you know something? It's all right to doubt, man, but don't doubt this faith, man.
Don't doubt the faith.
Hey,
and
this
wait,
is your first love.
Hey,
What the
man,
brother is saying is that doubt is gonna be natural, man.
Right.
But you gotta overcome that with the faith and the comfort of the scriptures. That's why the whole. That's why we had a scroll. We had the books, and the Lord, with great labor, gave us the book so that it could comfort us in this day.
Right.
Why do you need comfort? Because you have to live by faith and not by sight.
Right,
You
right,
constantly
right.
gonna see things that
That's
are
gonna-
opposite of your faith.
Right.
So, hey, like you say,
Hey, that's heavy, man.
He
That's
was
heavy.
one of the 12, and he doubted.
He doubted.
Man, that's
Right.
cool. I didn't think about it like that.
What really is doubt? But doubt is a demon. Doubt is just Satan.
Right. Get behind these Satan. He told Peter that. Right.
How did Yahushua combat Satan with the scriptures, man?
Right.
The scripture.
Right.
Wisdom and knowledge shall be the
Right.
stability of
This
your
is our
life.
comforter, man.
Hey, man, these scriptures cold.
I'm telling you, man, it's beautiful, bro.
Hey, man.
Without this, you is nothing, man. You lost.
That's
A
why
lost
they
sheep that's gonna stay lost.
That's why Esau would put you to death if you caught you reading that shit.
Right. Gun. On the plantation, gun.
Hey, but the prophet
Right.
understanding, bro.
Gun.
And we always doing it, hey. We always doing it that turn. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine if we was back in the day, right, and we was all in some house in the middle of the night reading these. Still put us
Oh,
on
yeah,
the death,
we'll be
man.
put to death.
They kill us and our family.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 13. Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom,
Right.
and it was created with the faithful in the womb.
In the womb, bro. Ordained. Preordained.
Right. Ordained, man. You are
the
a
guy.
prophet to the nations, man.
You got a question?
It was a Sirach chapter 1, verse 13 and 14.
Oh, yeah, we normally ask, you got any questions, bro? You just, I know you out here just, soaking it in.
Trying to boost on faith.
Oh, that's
Hey,
what's up,
that's the
man.
spirit, man. That's the spirit. That's exactly why we
Hey,
all out
get
here.
that Hebrew 11:1, man. Bring it out.
That's the spirit.
You know he came up. A couple times.
Yeah, I remember. Hey, that's the spirit. That's why we out here, man. Through the spirit, probably how about shot. To boost our faith to the great day, man. We were commanded to be out here to prophesy the message and to fish for the elect. But we boosting our faith as we speak.
Right.
You know? Exactly. And that's why the brotherhood is designed. The whole brothers up. Because the brother went into a beautiful analogy how every brother's burden is different, but every brick is not going to occupy the same place in the temple. That's why certain bricks got to get cut this way, certain bricks got to get smoothed this way, because you're going to get a certain spot of the temple. That's why we all got a different measure.
Got precept. Hebrews chapter 3, verse 13. But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
And that's why the Lord has established these small sanctuaries across the globe, so that we can come here and we can be nourished with the word, and we can feed each other and feed off each other. Because we all feed off each other's spirit.
God.
And that's the beautiful thing about Yahweh Shinal Shah. Every brother has something that another brother don't have to complement that brother.
God.
And likewise, that brother got something that the next brother don't have, because it complements you. Wherever you weak at, he filling the gaps there. So when the great day comes up, you built up and rooted and ready for it.
Hey, so within Hebrews 3 and 13, it said exhort one another while it's called today, right? That go with Psalms when they say on how good it is, how good and pleasant it is for brothers to dwell in unity.
Right.
Right? Amos, can two walk together except they be agreed? It's all about the unit. It's all about, hey, it's one body, man. One body.
I've been walking out here by myself.
Hey,
The faith,
you ain't by yourself, brother. Yahweh Shah with you, man. Yahweh Yahweh Shah with you always, brother.
Nah, man, I ain't nobody like that.
He always with you.
I'm gonna give you a testimony.
Them so-called Jews.
I was in the truth for a long time, in Florida, and I thought I was the only one, man. Then I found my brother, man. You know?
Yeah, they were telling me how
I found this brother online. He was the first one I found. I just happened to stumble across him, man.
a YouTube page. You know, we do videos. Hey, watching videos, brother. You'll never be alone, man. We all start watching the elders, the apostles and elders, right? And he said after a while, after 6 months or better, you gotta get your ass out and go find a camp, man. Hey, I was 2.5 going on 3 years in, man. Sitting at home studying. And the brother that woke me up, I'm like, man, ain't no camp in Orlando? He was like, yeah. Hey, when I saw that last video, Taha said, hey, if you been in there for 6 months, I'm like, shit, I'm 5-6 months over, goddammit. I gotta get out and go find a camp. Right, come.
I got 2 things, sir.
Right, yeah.
This is Ephesians 4 and 11. And it says, like, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying.
So this is what? The perfecting of the saints.
Right.
Everybody has a particular position for what? The perfecting of the congregation of the Lord, which is the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that the Lord has selected to understand this.
Like the brother always like to bring out, every brother is a spiritual brick to the temple, man.
Right.
And they fit perfectly within their lot, you know. Some brothers gotta go in the corner, some brothers gotta go in the middle,
Right.
some brothers gotta go in the top.
Come.
But it's all gonna fit together perfectly.
Brother gotta get on the bottom.
If you don't
Some gonna be on the bottom, yeah.
Come.
But
if you don't fit, the Lord gonna take your ass out.
Right.
yeah.
That go back into what Yahweh Shah said. Every plant that is planted that is not of my father is gonna be
rooted
plucked up. Right. Because really the entire nation of Israel makes up the temple of the Lord, I should say. But the Lord is only creating the spiritual temple at this point. That means you're gonna have carnal bricks that the Lord's gonna discard, and they gotta come back under reincarnation.
And if I may say this, we was talking about the bottom. I just want to say it like the brother said. Even if you got the bottom, you got to hold everything up, and you still gonna get the same penny. You still gonna get the same reward as the one that's on the top or in the middle.
Right. Foundation.
The Lord's building a temple now with the elect, right? Then everybody else is coming. The rest of Israel. Then when the temple is finished being built, then y'all can come back.
Right. Hey, read that again, huh?
It says, Ephesians 4 and 11, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Mashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Heavenly Father, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Mashiach, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Hey, I got a precept to land back off of that. All right, because the brother says, even if you're a brick on the bottom, you get the same penny. Now watch what Paul says in Corinthians, all right? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 22. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. Verse 23, and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness, man. So even the positions we don't esteem as honorable are necessary, and they're more honorable than the ones that we think are honorable.
Why? Because the Lord loves to show his power and his glory, man.
Hey,
How much more can you show your power and your glory than in the lowest, man? If something is already great, you can't really show your power. But something low and you raise it up, man.
Hey, that's the spirit. I got you right here. All right, bro.
1 Corinthians, I'm gonna start at verse 26. It says, For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And Yahweh have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And the base things of the world, the things which are despised, Yahweh have chosen, things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are.
So the Lord wasn't looking for the professor in Cambridge. The Lord wasn't looking for your keynote speaker at Harvard or Oxford. He was going to confound them guys with some Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans on street corners.
Hey, get verse 17, I think.
Hey, the Lord already said. He said
Chapter 1.
he didn't choose us because we was the most in number.
Right.
He chose us because we was the least.
The Hebrew Israelite, brother. Repent, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Because that's how the Lord shows his power. The foolishness of preaching. Little did you know the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans on the corners were the messengers of the creator of all things. But that's how the Lord loves his movement. The one little speck that you thought, that? Nah.
The Lord just showed you a prime example. Jake just now. Sat there, he looked at the sign, he told him, he heard you. But he made sure he looked at you before he left. Because he's looking at you like a fool. So he look at you when he leaves. Pride. You see? Yeah, clowns, man.
Got it.
It's hard not to see you tonight.
That show you how deep the Lord is, though, man.
Hey,
That's how deep. That's how you
know the Lord was marking him, man. The Lord had us
all the
speak.
time.
The Lord had him come up in the midst of us
Get
to mark his ass, man.
And on another note, the Lord had a so-called, what you may say, think that looked like an Edomite, come up and listen.
Humble and receive.
Humble.
The Lord
And
will receive
receive.
salvation.
As it appears, you know.
Hey, the brother put up on the page earlier, he said, hey, you might entertain the stranger. You never know, man. I mean, an angel, like Right.
This is 1 Corinthians, first chapter and the 17th verse.
Right.
For Hamashiach sent me not to baptize, but to preach the gospel, not with wisdom of words.
He said it's not to baptize.
Right.
You got to be saved, Doc. I thought you got to be saved, Doc.
That's beautiful.
Good.
That's a cold cut right there. You know what?
It says, for Hamashiach sent me not to baptize, but to preach the gospel, not with wisdom of words.
Right? He said, not with wisdom of words, man. He said he chose wisdom of the world foolishness.
Not with these big words. You know, you ain't got to be no eloquent orator. You ain't got to be polite, Mr. Polite. Use big words.
Right. We out here looking like simple jakes. Right?
Hey.
Like food.
They perceive us to be men of no knowledge.
Right. I tell you, what that 1 Corinthians 10 and 4, it said, we are defamed. Verse 13. We are being defamed. We are made filth of the world, man. Read that one more time, huh?
He says, for Hamashiach sent me not to baptize,
Right.
but to preach the gospel,
Right.
not with wisdom of words, lest the cross of Hamashiach be made of none effect.
Now go to 21.
Verse 20.
I got to get back to us real quick.
Go ahead.
This is First Corinthians chapter 2, and it reads, and I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech,
Right.
or of wisdom,
Right.
declaring unto you the testimony of Yahweh. For I determined not to know anything among you,
Right.
save Yahweh Shah Hamashiach and him crucified.
Paul
And
saying,
I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling.
hey, Paul said, hey, I'm just as low as you is,
Just
man.
so as y'all.
Hey, Paul said, I don't know nothing about this world, but when it comes to these scriptures, you
Right.
can't know about you.
Right.
And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words
Right.
of man's wisdom,
Right.
but
He ain't come with no prosperity doctrine.
Right, right.
He ain't come with no smooth things.
No theological seminary
'cause we ain't
madness,
trying to
man.
recruit.
Right.
We ain't trying to recruit.
Right, right.
You
Good.
know what I'm saying?
Good.
Right.
But
If I can say this, hey, the reason the Lord got us out here in sackcloth, the reason why the Lord called men that are perceived to be unlearned is because He don't want you to see nothing else to entice you but the message.
exactly.
If there was somebody that was smooth, that was able to entice you with the words and sell salt to a slug, then you will follow them because they can sell salt to a slug. Right. That's what them pastors are. The Lord,
No. I don't say it's stumbling blocks. It's stumbling blocks.
the Lord stripped us down to the bare minimum. So when you see it, the only thing you can acknowledge is the message. There's nothing else for you to see and fall in love with. The only thing you can fall in love with is the message of Yahweh Shah.
I can't think of it right now. I know what you're talking about.
Quick precept real quick to back up what you just said. It's Revelation 11:3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses that they should prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth.
And that's what we're doing, man.
Sackcloth.
Clothed in sackcloth.
They laugh at it, but
All day, baby.
I'm gonna precept it up. But this is 1 Corinthians 1:23. It says, but we preach Hamashiach crucified unto the Jews a stumbling block, and unto the Greeks foolishness.
Right.
And it says that here in Isaiah, the 8th chapter, in the 14th verse. So like,
When you think about that, right, it said to the Jews a stumbling block, and to the what?
and to the Greeks foolishness.
Because the Jews, I guess you could that would represent the so-called learned men of the scriptures, the Pharisees and the Sadducees.
Right.
They think they know the scriptures, you know, but they don't.
Now look, to back that up right real quick. It's Romans 9:33. As it is written, behold, I say, I lay in Zion a stumbling block and rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed.
I got another one to precept that one. Isaiah 8:13. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling,
Right?
and for a rock of offense to both the house of Israel,
Right.
for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
That was Paul re-quoting that from the Old Testament, man.
He said for a snare and a gin.
In a trap.
So we out here in traffic, man.
Trapping them, man.
Bro.
Hey, like, and on the opposite side, the foolishness of what this world sees in this ministry is a rock and a stumbling block and a snare and a gin unto them. Because they see this and it's like, y'all preaching about a guy that died years ago. Oh man, he ain't even, all of these little things that they think of is really a snare and a gin. Because when he comes down and every eye shall behold him, it ain't nothing to talk
But
about.
the thing is, it's so crazy to me, man, because the Lord tells you throughout the scriptures, He deals with the meek, the lowly,
Right.
the things that the majority don't run toward.
Right.
You should, any fool would look at us and be like, the multitude ain't messing with them.
Right.
Let me see what they got to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So we could be chasing the bag. We could be chasing women. We like to drink. Well, I like to drink. We like box. It's good smelling box if you can find it. Right? So, hey, we ain't doing that, man. That's why I would tell. Let me read this verse real quick. This 1 Corinthians 1:21. For after that, in the wisdom of power, the world. It said, for after that, in the wisdom of power, the world by wisdom knew not power. It pleased power by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Because the ones who actually listen, they're not going to come because of a man with enticing words.
Right.
They're not going to come because they see we got the latest Gucci garment.
Right.
They're not going to see it. They're not going to come up because they see Jake got iced out, everything.
Right.
They're going to see it for the message, man.
The message.
Yahweh Shah said, what did you come to see? A man in soft raiment in king's garments?
Done.
In king's house?
In King's house, right.
That goes back into sin. we aren't recruiting.
Right, right.
Everybody come up to here saying, well, if you want people to listen to y'all message, y'all will talk softer and we
Right.
don't give a damn.
Hey,
Right.
hey, you know what?
We don't give a damn.
Because these people expect to be sold. But the truth sells itself.
Right,
We don't have to switch this up and cut it up any type of way.
This ain't no infomercial
That's
doctrine.
what they come up to here. What are y'all out here doing? What are y'all about? Like, sell it to me. What
Right.
are y'all about?
Right.
What is this about?
That's exactly how they come up.
You got the juice now, elect.
Right. Because this is a nation of consumers. So they expect everything to be easily consumed, and they can be invited to this. This is not this is invitation only, and we don't write the invitation.
Hey, yo, that's why that Edomite was like, I'm gonna go down the road. Go the fuck down the road.
Right, right. And that's why Paul said, what did he say? Apollo's water.
Right.
Right, I planted, but Yahweh
increase.
Hey, man.
Wow, man.
Hey, Yahweh said in John 15 and 16, I have chosen you. Right? So it is what it hey, we ain't like the brother just said, we ain't out here recruiting. We out here to prophesy to the wind.
Prophesy to the wind.
Esau's army.
Come.
Exactly. How about Esau got to recruit, man?
Come.
The Lord don't have to recruit, man.
These are them old dry bones that got life now.
The Lord put his military into play before they were even born.
Right. Come.
Well, he got to recruit. Set it up before they was even in their mamas.
And he calling them to the Valley of Jehoshaphat right now.
God.
Right now.
Oh, man, the Lord is cold.
I got it because we're going into the raiment, right?
Right.
So this is Matthew, I'm straight to the point, Matthew 11 and 7. And as they departed, Yahushua began to say unto the multitude concerning John, what went ye out in the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in king's houses.
Right.
But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, more than a prophet.
Exactly, man. But that prophet not gonna come packaged in a nice carnal box, man. That look good to the man, to a carnal man. The Lord uses these things so that only a spiritual man can see it and receive it, man. Out of everything people are doing on a Saturday on downtown Orlando, the ones who see this and get it is spiritual in nature. The ones who don't get it is natural in nature. And that's what you see around you. The majority of these people are carnal. They can't receive the things that are of the spirit. And that's exactly how the Lord wants it.
I'm about to say this out. What the brother just read, it said, they that be in soft raiment is in king's houses. What's the soft raiment? The suits. What's the king houses? The churches, man. Cause who control the churches? Esau Edom, which is this is his kingdom. They the kings. Who give out the 501c3 charter?
I was just about to say, king's houses been in their pocket. Man.
Right, right.
Like,
And them holler at the churches under the 501c3 charter. They got their suits on, right? And they up in the king's houses, man, in their pocket, like the brother said. So hey, we in oh, and it said also that them being rough garments to deceive too. That's another verse. And who in the rough garments deceiving? These camps, IUIC, one body in Satan, all these they right? Go ahead, bring it out.
This is Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 4. Oh Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert.
Right.
Ye have not gone up into the gaps.
And as the pastors, they hide in the building, man, behind four walls, man. Okay, they boxed in a corner, man. The Lord say what? In Isaiah 30 and 20, thy eyes shall see thy teachers. They shall not be removed into a corner anymore.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up a hedge for the house of Israel,
Right.
to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
Because you're not telling them the truth, man. You're not telling them that hell is coming here, man. You're not telling them that they're in their enemy's land. You're not telling them that they're the children of Israel.
You're not telling them that they need to repent. You're
Right.
telling them to come
Right.
as you are.
Acts 4 and 20.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Now, the Lord look upon their thirst and grant to your servants to continue to speak your word boldly.
Right. And we are bold and confident in the Lord, knowing that the Lord's gonna make good on all this, man.
Right.
If we got this far and the Lord said it would happen, guess what? the rest gonna happen too, man. If we got this far and the Lord say, look, this is what's gonna happen to you in the last days, this is gonna happen to you in the last days, everything at the but I'm gonna save you out of that.
Right.
But I'm gonna give you eternal life. All of that follows that is correct as well, man. It's a matter of your patience and your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Because Ecclesiastes 2 says what? Woe unto them who have lost patience. Who got tired of waiting on the Lord and went back to 2K19 and Hennessy. Nothing wrong with that, but righteousness is first and foremost, man. Working for the Lord is first and foremost.
He said this is our first love, man.
Right.
Hey, it's a lot.
You quoted that scripture. I love the second part of it. It says, woe to you that have lost patience. What will you do when the Lord visits you, man?
Right, right.
You know? Lord ain't forgetting. We brought it up. Lord ain't forgetting, man. He's going to require everything you've done in your body, man.
And that's why the Lord gave you everything you need. You don't even have to keep the law perfectly. You got to keep it to the best of your ability. All you got to do is be sincere. And you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans can't even do that. So everything that comes after that is weak.
You ain't got to be eloquent. You ain't got to be the most intelligent. You ain't got to figure this thing out. Well, the Lord supped with you, man. You put his words down. I mean, come on, man.
He say stand in great boldness, man. That's it.
Everything for you, man.
It's so funny that you said go back to Hennessy and 2K. When I was watching a TEDx video on Hennessy and L'Oreal, and it was talking about how L'Oreal, I think it was the owner of the maker is like France or Russia, but all these black products, dark and lovely, all these products that have Israelite faces on them.
Right.
None of that money goes back into the community. So it was like, you said like going back to 2K and Hennessy, it was the same way Hennessy, the maker of Hennessy.
Right.
Basically just going back to Esau.
Slave master, man.
Going back to Esau.
All this shit, Levi, all this shit, man. Everything, man. All of the so-called white man's wickedness, man, to the seed Jake, man.
But you know what? And that goes into what the Lord said. You can't serve two masters, man.
Right.
You either gonna serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you gonna serve Esau.
Rebecca Bird brought that out too, right?
Right.
Jake,
She
man.
did. She did.
You can't serve two masters, man. And the Lord is making it harder and harder for you to claim to do it. That chip is gonna be the ultimate sign of that, man. When that chip drop down, that's gonna be the ultimate sign.
Yeah, man.
That you're gonna have to either take that chip and worship your master, or you're gonna resist and worship Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
I just kind of put it together.
The brother that he had brought up, he came out bold, being bold, right?
Right.
So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him,
Right?
and made no account of his labors.
Right?
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
And that terrible fear translates into what? Laughter. It translates into them coming up trying to take selfies. But really it's fear, man. Because we're telling our people that we're gonna get revenge.
What was that recent?
We're telling our people that we're everything that this world said we weren't, man. And that scares these people. Because if Jake can be good and he can be dominant in the basketball court and everything that he put his mind to, if they put their mind to gather themselves together as a nation of people, we're in trouble. And that's exactly what the Lord is doing, beginning with the elect of our nation. He's raising up the great men of our nation. And that's what you see now. Because the great men of our nation are going to be supplied with the faith that it takes to stand against the multitude. In the middle of downtown to stand boldly for Yahweh Shem Yahushua and don't give two shits about what anybody got to say about it. That's not of us, that's of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord willing, we endure to the end, man.
This is Ephesians chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 16. The point is in 19. I was finna get that too. That's great.
That's the spirit.
It says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Heavenly Father, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak.
He said he's an ambassador.
Right. And that word boldly, when you look it up right there, it say frank, man. Hey, it tell you in Isaiah 58:1, what is it? Cry loud, spare not, man. So we out here to say, repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, or you're gonna be destroyed, man.
Say what? Show my people
They transgressions, right. Hey, if you're going off, repent, or you're gonna be destroyed, man.
Hey, this is,
There ain't no sugarcoating that, man.
I got a on that.
Come.
This is Amos chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 8. The lion hath roared,
Right.
who will not fear?
Right.
The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai hath spoken, who can but prophesy?
Hey, the elect gonna fear the Lord on every level, and that fear, hey, get Hebrews 10:31. Matter of fact.
And if a lion roaring scares you, how much more should the heavenly Father, man?
Hebrews 10:31.
Right.
It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Right.
But call to remembrance the former days in which after you were illuminated,
Right.
ye endured a great fight of affliction.
A great fight of affliction, man. The Lord said, Isaiah 48:10, he said, I have refined thee through the furnace of affliction, man. I have tried thee, and you're gonna constantly be tried until you are refined. And you ain't gonna be refined until your ass sit in the chamber in the chariot. That's when you know you refined. When you sit in the chair, when Yahweh say, enter into thy chamber and shut the door about thee. Isaiah 26:20. That's when you know you have been refined, man. But until then, you're gonna be tried, and you're gonna be tried again. But it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord, man. So we come out here boldly, as we ought to be, and speak, man. Right? Standing wise, man, in front of these Edomites, these devils that afflicted us for over 500 years and made no count of our labors, man.
And there's only a few of our people that are actually asking for revenge and recompense. And that's the ones that the Lord has given their heritage back to, man. Because revenge is going to happen to these other nations for what they've done to our people, man. And only a select few of our people want that at this moment.
Right.
You got Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans sitting at a revolt summit talking about, Killer Mike talking about what we need to do is have a 10-point plan and take it to the so-called white man and say, look, Mr. White Man, if you can't take care of my 10 points, then we're not going to vote for you. We're going to sit at the grill and crochet and make collard greens. That's Jake's plan. That's Jake amongst themselves coming up with their own counsel. And that's what they came up with. No recompense, no reparation, no real reparation. Because we want judgment. We don't want your money. We want judgment. We want the Lord to give you into our hands, man. That's real judgment. Once they hit the gavel on a dude and say he's guilty of murder, he can't pay his way out of that.
Right.
Even in the so-called white man system, if you get murder and you're supposed to be executed, sorry don't fix that. You can't say, hey, I'm sorry for killing Jamie.
Right.
You still gonna they still gonna hit you with it. What you want, lethal injection or you want electrocution? You got options.
Right.
Yeah, we hear all of that, sorry, that's cool. But how you want it? What's your last meal like? What you want?
Best thing we can do is give you this steak.
Cause you gonna eat. Hey, cause you gotta face your judgment. And if in the so-called white man system, if sorry don't fix it, how much more Yahweh Shemel Shai?
He's gonna hit you with when you say, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Right.
Ignorance is no no excuse to the law.
Right.
You goddamn devil.
And that's the
I
same
ain't know
way.
no better. You know now.
And that's the same way the Lord rocks, man. Lord don't care about that ignorance, man. And really it's not ignorance. Because you're being told right now.
Right.
You're being told about your deeds right now. And apologies don't fix that. You can come up to every camp you see across the globe and say, I'm sorry for what my forefathers did. You still gonna drink of that cup. You gonna drink that cup regardless. I don't care how, we don't care how much you complain of an ungodly father, you gonna taste that cup.
Hey, Shirley, inherited live. Inherited live.
Jake out here playing games, man.
Yeah. He already been mauled. He done.
Jake out here playing games. You got one? Golden one?
I lost him.
I had one.
I got one, goddamn. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right.
Because God has rejected knowledge, I also will reject thee.
And that's why y'all in a Revolt Summit listening to T.I. and Killer Mike. Whole bunch of rap artists and musicians are the leaders of your nation.
T.I. said he done had to change it up for Kanye after that no service. Yeah, he said, I don't know, Kanye done got my approval again.
But that's Jake counselors, man. Bunch of justice, man. Bunch of clowns and justice. And that's who y'all take advice from, man. Y'all don't take advice from actual rulers of state. Jake don't even think past rappers and athletes, man. But whatever LeBron James say we should do this shit, I don't know. If Jay-Z say we should do it,
You know what's funny how low we are as a
that's
nation?
crazy.
Anytime you see a Jake that look any kind of successful, you either think he's an athlete or an entertainer, man. That's
Real
funny.
talk.
When you see a Jake with some kind of money, oh, you sing, you rap, what you do?
That's that stereotype Esau done got us bugged out with.
Hey, but majority of Jake's are jesters.
Right.
They jesters here.
Right. You know my saying. I always say, hey, we ain't nothing but entertainers and chefs for them devils. That's it, man. Hosea 4 and 6.
Hey, go ahead.
My people, now you got a thought, bro. I want to go ahead with your thought.
Bro, I was just thinking about how no matter how much money you got or what status you get, whenever Esau feel that you're getting too high,
Right, they put a cap
you in
on your
check.
ass. Right.
I was just thinking about Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I told my wife that Antonio Brown, when he left the Oakland Raiders, he made them trade him, that he was gonna be out the league. In that case, as soon as he got traded to the Patriots, that's when that woman came out with that rape case.
Wow.
It ain't no
Esau them did
coincidence.
that.
I seen it coming from a mile away.
Esau them did
Because
that.
nobody is bigger than the game, bro.
Right.
No matter how much money Jake get, you feel like you're on a certain level.
Yeah.
Esau always put you back in check.
Yeah,
First
man.
of all, in order for you to get to that level, for all them athletes, man, if you make it to a certain point and you making certain money, you had to take it. You know what's up, man.
Right.
You in that circle, man.
Yeah,
You're not gonna make millions in this place and not sell out. It's impossible. It's impossible.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 20 and verse 9. There is a sinner that has good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turneth to loss. There is a gift that shall not profit you, and there is a gift whose recompense is double. Come on, man. And these gifts that Jake received in this world, man, they end up being a loss unto them, man. And they'll have good success in these evil things, but at the end of the day, they gotta pay the piper, man.
Read that again. Read it one more time. My bad.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 20 and verse 9. There is a sinner that has good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turneth to loss. You want the other part too?
Yeah.
Verse 10, there is a gift that shall not profit you, and there is a gift whose recompense is double.
And that it all go back to them benefits, man. Jay got benefits, right? And it's been passed down from generation to generation. Because your grandmama said, this how we should do. Right? Your grandmama said, if we do this, you see what he gave us, see how we got this. If you do this and stay in order, it's gonna gonna get passed down. That's that same order, man. We have been, these Edomites have been using our people to keep us brainwashed, man. Same thing with Christianity, right? Love Jesus, Jesus love you, right? Now say it. Jesus love you, now say it. It's been passed down, man, generation to generation. And our people right now, you can't get their ass out of it, man. You can show them, ain't no J's in the Hebrew. You can show them what Paul said, that Yahweh spoke to him in Hebrew. They gonna say, well, this is what I believe. Why?
You brought it out earlier. Their sins and lies.
Right. It's wedged in. It can't, bro, they have received benefits and have not known the Lord, man. We got to keep bringing this same thing out, man, all the time. Because, Jake, it could be small benefits, man. Just because my grandma said this what I'm going to roll with. I hear what y'all saying, but this is what I've been taught. We've been doing this for years, right? We on the bottom, but guess what? We've been getting little perks here, though.
Hey, what do they say? Since we have left from baking
Right.
Queen Diana,
Right.
catch your hell, man.
Right. Oh, First Maccabees, right? 1 and 11. Huh?
1 and 11.
Yeah, 1 and 11. You know?
First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about.
Right.
For since we departed from them, we have much sorrow.
And that madness right there, that been passed down from the Greek Empire all the way to slavery over here in Babylon the Great.
Hey, prime example, Zacharias. When he found out about Christmas, right? He went to his grandmother, and what she said? Bring it out.
Oh yeah, she said, I was like, hey, cause I didn't think I knew the scriptures at that time.
Right.
So I asked her, I was like, yo, you supposed to be celebrating Christmas? I said, no, Shalaki. I said, grandma, we not supposed to be celebrating Christmas, are we? She said, nah, baby, we not, but we do.
Right.
Those were the exact words.
Same thing my mama said,
So
bro.
she knew better.
She knew better. My mama said, she called me July last year, you coming? I said, no, you already know it ain't in the scripture. She said, I know, but it's a tradition.
Tradition of men.
Didn't the Lord say in Mark chapter 7, verse 9, right? You profess you love me with your words, but you hold your traditions. The tradition of men, man.
Hey.
Bro.
And then he give you a prime example of one of the traditions.
Right.
Jeremiah 10.
Right. So this show you, bro, it's been passed down. Cause grandmama said, hey, grandma did it, great grandma did it, we gonna continue to do it. No, this is where the line stop at. Right here, with me.
I can say the same thing with my pops, right? My pops always kept trying to give me these pork, man. My mom,
Right.
she was an Israelite, she knew better.
Right.
Every time I go by my pop, he be trying to give me pork, man. I'm like, man, we ain't supposed to eat pork. He's like, man, we've been eating pork forever and it makes you strong.
Right.
Nigga, what the fuck wrong with
Right.
you, man?
Nigga, blood pressure high through the roof.
He's like, look how strong I am, all that pork I'm eating. What the fuck wrong with you?
Wow, that's crazy.
He had a demon on him, man. I was like 13, I'm like, what the hell wrong with
Hey,
you, man?
so Jake always say, no, we been eating this pork for 50,
That's what he said.
60 years. Ain't nothing wrong with me, I'm good. Your granddad ate pork, he was 85.
That's exactly what he was saying, man. He was like, look at that, he's
Hey, I'm about
strong.
to get it out.
He's strong.
Hey, because sin is against what it is, because sin is against the evil work.
Hey, bro. Hey, that is crazy, bro. Bring it up, man. Hey, it's crazy,
Colossians
bro.
2 and verse 7.
Right,
Rooted and builded up in him,
right.
and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men,
Right.
after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach.
Right, so they following rudiment, you following the ways of this world, man. Okay, the same thing that was established all the way from the Greek Empire with the brother read, First Maccabees, right? It says, since we departed, we have had much sorrow, man. So let's go back into these devils. Hey, I had the brother bring out last week in Isaiah 28, man. Right, they have made a covenant with death, right? And if we don't make a covenant with them, we're gonna have much sorrow. The Lord said, if you don't come back to me, you're gonna have greater sorrow than that, man. Hey, man, damn, bro, Jake is gone, man.
The Lord ain't playing, man. Jacob's trouble.
And that brings me back to
Yeah,
this.
man.
Gone.
Do you notice the theme of tonight is, man? Do you not notice the theme of tonight? How many people don't walk by that they got marked for, man?
Right.
Do you not notice the theme? There's no accident, man.
Hey, bro, no. That's why the Lord say, go out there, hey, bring the two sticks together, right? And my people shall stop and say, what does that mean is by this? If they don't stop, they ass get marked. Let me read this, Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shouldest be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And I brought this out, right? Did you see the baby stood up on the door handle of the car, and her head got, she was standing on the door knob, on the window knob, and it jammed her head up in the window, and it killed her. Dad was in the front seat sleep, bro. I did a video on it. Little baby, she was 2.
I think I see.
Bro, she was on the door handle. Her feet was on the window knob, and it let her head up in the window, bro. And she died.
Wow,
Her dad was in the front seat sleep, bro. If that ain't judgment of the Lord, now you know I said in the video, hey, she was a grown woman in a little body. I put that on everybody. Every little kid, hey, they ain't no babies, bro.
Yeah.
They back to get that judgment. Hey, the Lord could let her got to be 8 and 10 and 30, but he kept that too. And it say, watch it, when you read verse 7, it say, as they were increased, so they sinned against me, therefore will I change their glory to shame. When her dad woke up, that was a shame to him, bro. He was right there in the car.
What do you even say?
Bro, and the police took him to jail. They took him to jail for unrelated warrant. His daughter dead, he still went to jail for unrelated warrant, bro. That's a shame. Yeah, bro.
Because 2/3 of our people don't have the hedge around them. The Lord removed the hedge around them, so strange calamities gonna happen to our people. When they
Grievous. Grievous, man. He said grievous death should happen to our people, man.
straight, and he gonna start in his own house.
Come.
Talk about shame. See how thorough man his head down, right?
Yeah, he came back twice.
Head down.
He can't even look this way, man. Yeah. Shame shall cover thee, man.
He was always thinking he know the scriptures, spouting out the kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Now his tongue cleaves to the roof of his mouth.
Good.
He is ever done dog. And that's the power of the Lord, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's why you can neither gainsay nor resist it. And if you come up against this word, you may happily find yourself fighting against the Most High. And that's the wrong enemy to have. You get real creative when the Lord go to judgment. If you think the Lord's creation is beautiful and creative, wait till you see his judgments, man. People getting they walking papers in all kind of strange ways.
Come on. What do you say? If you ain't with me, you against me.
He that gathereth not, scattereth abroad.
Oh, look at you. That's just scary, man.
If I may say this,
Scary, bro.
brothers bringing it out, but you really got to think about that, man. If the Lord is so diverse and so creative in what we see now, you know what I'm saying, in creation, how much more in judgment, man?
What the other side of that coin look like? You got infinite amounts of creatures out here doing all kind of wild stuff. We don't even know what's going on in the bottom of the ocean right now. But the Lord got creatures in the bottom of the ocean doing their thing right now.
You know the angels.
That's crazy.
You know the angels waiting to get busy, man.
Hey,
the
wait.
angels plot, and they like, I'm gonna do this. And I was like,
And they rejoice. They rejoice at doing the bidding of the Lord, man. So anything the Lord say, they do.
I want to body him. I want to body him first.
Hey, just like that was beautiful in 1 Kings 19. it said one angel came with this, another one came, and then this one came. Lord said, "Oh, I like yours the better."
I like your idea.
Yeah. Go do that.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, you know the angel was he was smiling when the Lord told him, "I like your idea." Oh,
Hey, we all want to please our Father.
Hey,
man.
good. Right.
He was like, "I'm about to get busy."
Like those three angels that beat up Heliodorus, man, in the time of the Maccabees.
Oh yeah.
They was proud to be his
Yeah.
dad.
Man.
Sluggy, that go into the Lord's good pleasure to give us the kingdom.
Right.
The Lord will have good pleasure in judging the ones that touched and afflicted us, man.
He said our hearts are going to meditate terror.
Right.
I can't wait. Oh, man.
You got it, huh?
We ain't going to have nothing but fucking time, man. We got to punch the clock. All we going to have time to do is think about how we going to torture your ass. Oh, man. It's going to be beautiful.
You got it.
Oh, this is Psalm 104, verse 4. It reads, "Who maketh his angel spirit, his ministers a flaming fire." That was the point that I wanted.
God. And the ministers are, we are through the spirit of fire, how about Shemel Shah ministers, man. You go back to ministers and servants to serve. And that's exactly what we're doing out here through the spirit of fire, how about Shemel Shah. Whether they hear or whether they forbear. And those lions, those fishes are gonna turn into what? Hunters. And those lost sheep are gonna turn into what? Lions. But you gotta go through the skinny to get to the wide, man.
Right.
You gotta be a fisher in order to be a hunter.
This is Psalm 97 and verse 10. It say, "Ye that love the Lord Yahweh hate evil and perversive the souls of his saints." And he preserved the souls of his saints. He delivered them out of the hands of the wicked.
And through the spirit of fire, how about Shemel Shah? If you don't have that ticket, you're done.
Right.
If the Lord don't preserve you from the evil, you're gonna get swallowed up in it, man. When the enemy comes in like a flood, man, you're gonna get caught up in it.
Right. I want to bring this out too. This Micah chapter 4, verse 1. "But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountain, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it, and many nations shall come and say, Come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his path, for the law shall go forth out of Zion, and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the people, and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords in the plowshares, and their spears in the pruning hook. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. For the mouth of the Lord Yahweh of hosts has spoken it. For all people will walk, every one in the name of his God with a little g, and we will walk, the elect, in the name of our Lord Yahweh, our power forever and ever.
Exactly. We're gonna be given dominion, man.
Right.
Full license to do everything according to righteousness and to execute judgment. Beginning with the one they ignorantly called Jesus, man. We're gonna sit in the seat of judgment. And all the laws are gonna be executed in the earth, man. And if you don't fall into the laws, man, you're gonna fall into those judgments. Just like Esau sanctioned the nation, you violate the laws, we're gonna bring that sanction to you.
Oh yeah.
Through the spirit of fire, how about Shemel Shah, man? You want to come up?
This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressive city. She obeyed not the voice, she received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord, Yahweh. She drew not near to her power. Her princes within her are roaring lions, her judges are even wolves. They gnaw not the bones till the morrow. Her prophets are like a treacherous person. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. It says, I have cut off the nations, and towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabited. I said, surely thou wilt spare me, thou wilt receive instruction, so that dwelling should not be cut off. However, I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, and to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Exactly. And all the Lord's fire is going to devour this earth. Shalom, brother. The Lord's judgment is going to devour this earth, man. And for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who actually want peace and justice, if you actually want recompense, wait until the Lord rise up to the prey, man. That's the patience and the faith of the saints. Because when you execute judgment in that day, it's going to be full license. You can execute judgment now, but it's going to be small and few. All right? And eventually, you're going to get your candle put out.
He said he been watching us, though.
I was wondering. I don't know.
I know he came from down south, from Tampa way. Somewhere from down that way, yeah. Yeah, he said he watching us. That when he first came up, when we was over there. You know, yeah, you probably ain't pay attention. But he came up over there. He brought a young jit with him too. Yeah. He said, man, I'm trying to join GMS. That was last time. But I ain't seen him. It's been a minute since we seen that brother, man. I don't know. But, you know, Lord willing, man.
I was thinking that he was somebody that was watching him last week.
Oh, okay. Nah, he been watching for a minute. Lord willing, man. He say he come back next Saturday. Lord willing. We done heard that so much.
This is Psalms chapter 122 and verse 5. And it reads, for there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem.
Right.
They shall prosper that love thee.
Right.
And the brother brought this out. Damis Earlis brought this out, man. That's a beautiful precept, man. The throne, because the tabernacle of David is being established right now.
Right.
And those thrones of judgment are going to be a part of that tabernacle of David.
I got you right here, huh? Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And you can read about that in Ezra the 4th chapter, and Nehemiah the 4th chapter, because they built it up, man. That they may possess the remnant of Edom, and all of the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh, that doeth this. So the tabernacle of David, man. Hey, 1 Peter 2:5, real quick. Tabernacle of David, man, is being built right now, and the breaches are being closed, man. And that's why I did a lesson that these devils, right? You had Sambalot, him, and the Ammonites, and some more heathen nations were trying to come up against Nehemiah and Ezra and them because they were building, man, and they tried to find a way to put a stumbling block between them. They were trying to frustrate them from building. That's the same thing that Jesus is the Word, that this guy, Vocab Malone, they doing the same thing that they did in Ezra and Nehemiah, man. They tried to frustrate them from building the temple. Read that out.
1 Peter 2 and verse 5.
Right.
Ye also, as lively stones,
right,
are built up a spiritual house.
This is a spiritual house. See, these gutter rats talking about they building the third temple now over there. No, man. This is a spiritual house being built. You can't see it physically. You can see the brothers, but you can't see the building. Go ahead.
And holy priesthood,
right,
to offer up spiritual sacrifice.
Didn't he say a holy priesthood? in 1 Peter, it's what, 2 and 9? See, this is a royal priesthood, right? It say what? A sacrifice is what? Present your body a living sacrifice. That shows you that this is a spiritual temple being built by the elect of Israel, the hopefully elect. Go ahead.
Acceptable unto Yahweh.
Right.
By Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Didn't it say the same thing in Romans 12, man? Present your body a living sacrifice, right? Holy and acceptable. But this is your reasonable service. But that spiritual temple is being built, man. And only the elect can see it. The breaches are being closed. And I'm going to say it like this. The breaches are closed. Because the elect is going to diligently do the work. And what it say? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. So you can't stop, there's no more breaches going to be in the house of Israel no more, man. So the breaches already stopped up, man. Because the elect is going to diligently push the word until Yahweh shall return, man. Yeah, you can read this more, bro.
It says, wherefore it is contained in the scripture.
Right.
Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
Right, and it said the same thing in Isaiah the 11th chapter, man. Right, talking about Yahweh Shah, man. Yahweh Shah, the chief cornerstone. Then you got the elect, which is the spiritual bricks, man. Okay, that makes up that spiritual house. Yahweh Shah, the chief cornerstone, man. So the elect, so as of right now, the breaches are already stopped up, man. You can't defile the elect no more, man. You can't make the elect go off no more. They know. So the breaches is already being closed up. Right. Come. But it ain't. Because the elect will not go back to being docile, man. You can't get them like that no more. It's over. That's why he said rejoice and be glad our daughter eat them. Because my men, my army, the ones that endure hardness as a good soldier, they dead ready right now. And they willing to die for it. On every side, man. You can't stop it. Hey, in the elect, the breaches that have been closed, there's no weak brick, man. Ain't no weak links, man. You can't stop it.
That's why Yahweh Shah saying it's time to get the strongest brick. You know what I'm saying?
Good, man.
The bricks are being refined right now.
Good, they be refined.
They stronger and stronger every day.
Right.
I got a quick thing. It says Hebrews 10 and 38.
Right.
Now the just shall live by faith.
Right.
But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
Right.
But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul.
Right. So you can't draw back the elect, man. They are not ignorant of your devices, right? It's nothing you can do, man, to get to put a wedge to lodge something back in this breach, man, in the wall. It's over.
Hey, that's what I did in the video, man. I was thinking about it. I said, I see why the Lord, once you've tasted of the kingdom, because that's what this is. We taste the kingdom, man. How can we taste this and give it up, man? You're not of the Lord, man.
Right, that's facts, dog. That's facts. That's beautiful. Bring it out.
Romans 8, I'm going to start at verse 28. And we know that all things work together for the good to them that love Yahweh, and to them who are the called according to his purpose.
Right.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, so that he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. Moreover,
go ahead.
Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified.
And you, what? Go ahead, I feel it.
What shall we?
He said he justified it, so you can't say shit about the
That's why I'm finna go. I won't let him finish it though. Come.
It says, what shall we say to these things? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us?
Right. But what I was gonna say is, when you think about this, man, see, Esau and them, they deal carnally, man. Like Noah's Ark, they had to go find it on Ararat. They couldn't just read the scripture and say, oh, it landed there, okay, cool, move on to the next. No, they got to go see. They don't understand why these guys got faith. What is faith? They don't understand. Why is these niggas, these so-called Negro Latino Native Americans standing up proudly? For what?
Did you see the video of Elder Apostle
said about war in the mind,
Yeah.
about how they
I'm still watching the action. I ain't watching the whole thing.
No, but he was going into how that's like we obey the Lord, right?
Right.
They trying to figure out how the fuck
Why?
we get people to
Why is they doing this?
Yeah, how can we get people to conform and
Right.
control them, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they don't understand, bro. They don't understand what got these men doing this shit. What is it? It's a book. He's not real. We Big Bang theories and pseudoscience and all this. We got all these things out here for them. PlayStations and Xboxes and all these different. Hey, you want to be a sportsman? You want to be an entertainer? Why the hell is they standing out here with Bibles? Why? What is it? It's the truth.
But this a field that Esau can't play in, man.
Right.
Esau used to carnality. When you go into actual spirituality, especially Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, when you actually tap into your power source, Esau can't play in that field.
Done.
And all of his methods don't work no more. That's why everything he's trying to get the elect off their path,
Right.
it's not working.
Right.
It's just like that movie, what's that movie called? It ain't Hunger Games, the movie with the factions. They had the different factions. They had different groups where it was like they were the warriors, and the other faction was like the growers.
Oh, fuck. The maze. There was in a maze, right? There was in a maze and they were trying to escape the fucking maze.
No, not that one.
They were separated by the colors.
They were separated
They
by.
jumped on the train and shit.
Yeah, what was that movie?
Inversion or something. Some version.
Diversion. It's called Diversion, and Diversion. It's crazy because
You had the soldiers, you had the fucking the book people.
exactly. But the whole point of Diversion was, what were they trying to do? They were trying to bring all the factions together and have them hypnotized. Because remember, the Divergents were the elect.
Oh,
Because remember, they gave them a shot or a chip or something, and then they had all the people. They hit a button, and then I guess the signal went off, and then all the people were under control.
Yeah,
but the Divergents, it didn't work against them.
Yep.
So when everybody was like marching to the beat and following command, a couple of people got out of line and was like, "Yo, what's going on with you?" And then the other people that had the power and weren't chipped, they would just take out the elect. And that's what that whole scenario what you were just talking about. Picture just came to my head, man. Any means necessary, they're trying to get the elect. They can't figure out why their serum, their chip, or whatever doesn't work on us.
Ain't working no more.
Why the bread and circus ain't working? Man, that's cold.
Hey, I was real quick. Sorry to back you up. You're talking about how Esau's carnal. He even going to the ships, right? He knows in the scriptures where he gotta go. And he read the dimension,
right.
and he actually built the ship.
Right.
Hey, man.
Come.
Bro, it's cold, man. Because even in Diversion, they were supposed to put them to death. Because remember, they ran a test, and they could kind of tell who was Divergent. And they were supposed to put them to death immediately.
The divergents were the ones that could think.
Esau,
The divergents were the ones that had the higher thought. That could do multiple things.
Come. And that movie, Darkest Mind, y'all seen that?
with
Bro, with the young chick?
Who's in that?
Me and bro would have seen it.
yeah, Darkest Mind.
Bro, they got the red list, the orange list, the green and blue list. If you on the red and orange list, they gotta kill you. Your power. Your power to you too powerful. But the blue and green list, they keep you as workers. They got power, but they can control their power. Bro, them devils. This all right. And the elders always say they got everybody on the list already. Yeah, Darkest Mind. No, it,
with the little kids.
yeah, it's good, bro. It's showing you that that's the elect gonna be off the grid, and everybody else, 2/3, they gonna be under control because they gonna be chill. No, it's good, bro. Check it out. This Acts 18, I'm gonna start at verse 9. Then spake the Lord Yahushua to Paul in the night by vision. Be not afraid, but speak and hold thy peace. He said, but speak and hold not thy peace, for I am with thee, and no man shall set on thee to hurt thee, for I have much people in this city. And he continued there a year and 6 months, teaching the word of power among them. So this was, and he said, verse 13, saying, this fellow persuaded men to worship power contrary to the law. And when Paul was now about to open his mouth, it say, Galileo said unto the Jews, if it were a matter of wrong or wicked lewdness, O you Jews, reason would that I should bear with you. So going into this, because hey, Paul was going all through Rome, man. And Claudius, what he told him, all the Jews gotta get the hell out of here, man. Y'all stirring up, hey, y'all turning people back to the Lord, man. And they don't want that, man. That's why he's trying to figure out what got these guys so stiffly, standing boldly. Because we believe, man. We know this real. We believe in reincarnation. We know it's real. We know we fact. Whether we are the righteous or the wicked, it doesn't matter. We know reincarnation real, man. And you believe in this truth. You know Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is real, man. Somebody had to create all this. We know it wasn't a so-called white man, because his ass was created as well. So he could have did it. So why the hell people believe in damn Big Bang Theory when the white man was created himself? Somebody had to create the Big Bang Theory. It just came from nowhere. We know this truth is real, man. And you devils, that's why you took the part out the Bible, man. Because you don't want to, hey, it's already enough in here that'll tell you that Esau and Jacob came from the same womb, man. Right? But the Lord say love Jacob and hate Esau. What can you do, man? You can't do nothing because you know the Lord ain't dealing with you. So you got to deal carnally with your sword, man. Because you do not believe. You can't believe. That's why you have a problem with us. So the best thing you can do is set up dummies like Kanye West, right? Now you got these Jakes talking about they ain't black, they're Israelite. So Jake's be like, oh, Kendrick Lamar know you're Israelite, and we can follow him, right? All these guys talking about they know they're Israelites. That Christianity can't do it, so we gotta use they tactic, they truth to deceive the 2/3. And that's what they doing, man. They trying to use, but that's gonna fall with the 2/3. The Lord set up these TD Jakes and Creflo Dollars, right? To do what? Just to deceive 2/3 of these people. The same one that said, crucify him and let his blood be on us and our children. You the same ones gonna fall into that same lot, man. We're gonna stand out here boldly, pushing this truth. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we know the Lord is real, man.
I was going to say, to back you up real quick, too, you said whether we be of the elect or not, right? At the end of the day, we know we're going to get the kingdom.
Right.
At the end of the day, we know we're going to be in the kingdom, man.
Real.
We know the kingdom is for Yasharala, man.
Right.
Hey, that's the good news, man. That no matter what, we're going to be in the kingdom.
And you Edomites, this is your kingdom, man. You are the kings of Babylon the Great and the four corners of the earth, man. This is your world, so enjoy. This is your heaven.
This is our hell. We know this is your heaven. Right. This is our hell, and our heaven is coming, and it's where righteousness ruleth on the earth, man. You know?
Hey, we know the Lord brought you out the caves, that you was humped over. You ain't create the movie Quest for Fire for nothing. We know you Edomites.
Hey, we know that you the devil. We know that everything you saying is off. We know that a man should not be with a man. That's just common sense.
It's faith,
man. We know you're wicked. It's common sense.
Belief, man. This is obvious. What you gotta understand is this is our wisdom in the sight of all you heathen nations, man. By us believing, knowing that we got the real true power, man. We got a real true God. It tell you in Psalm 95 that all the gods of the earth are idols. But Yahweh made the heavens, man. Okay? And the deeps of the sea, man. You devils can't even go to the bottom of the ocean. You devils can't even go in space. You can't even get to space, man. You devils got your space station just floating in the atmosphere, man.
You can't even add an inch to your stature.
Right. Good. Hey, this is our faith. We believe, man. And we're going to stand firmly until Yahweh shall return, man. Okay?
Like Apostle Gabar, this is our thing. They be mad.
Right.
Say it's our thing. Man.
Right.
Our thing, man.
Done.
And you so-called
Apostle Gabar, this thing of ours. Yeah.
They be mad. They be
enjoy yourself, man. Hey, just understand, we know you got 2/3 of our people destroyed out here, man. Okay? Killing, robbing, and raping, committing adultery. They on drugs, man. They bugged out of their mind. You got them in Egyptology, right? You got them believing all this madness. And you got our grandmamas and mamas still on Jesus Christos, man.
Not enough, Mark. People coming them all people.
Right.
Not enough. We need all people.
He need all people.
Can't be satisfied.
And on top of that, now you got the whole world under your philosophies and total control. Now you want to chip the people, man, because okay, we got them destroyed with our philosophy, but we don't control them. Now we need total control. Well, you can't get control of the elect, man, because we are not ignorant of your devices, man. And the Lord said your devices shall fall upon your own head, man, and your own sword shall stab you through. Thus saith the Bible. You got a precept something? You got a precept out?
Yeah.
Bring it up.
Yeah. Like I said, it's nothing that you can do to sway the faith of the elect.
Right.
Because this is what we believe in. We wholeheartedly believe in this. You know what I'm saying? And we have faith that if we stand out here boldly, we're going to receive the kingdom.
Right.
This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, and verse 46. Then I said unto the angel, what young person is this that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands?
Right.
So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Right.
And it's either, it comes down like the elder says it in Dallas. Either you believe or you don't. There's no in between. Either you believe it or you don't. If you believe it, it's a gift from Yahweh by Shemal Shai. If you don't, then you weren't given that gift, man.
Right.
Let your yea be yea and nay be nay. There's no maybes.
There's a precept backing the brother up, Revelation 11:11. Now the 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from power entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Now when you go to Ezekiel 37, I'm gonna start at verse 10. Ezekiel 37:10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, meaning they got the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your grave, meaning we're going to get our knowledge back again, man. Okay? I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh when I have opened your graves. So you know when the Lord give a spirit to man to understand this wisdom, these scriptures, man, these breakdowns. He said, I will open your grave, and you shall know, Ezekiel 37:13, and ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your grave, when I have given you the knowledge back. You're going to know it, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then ye shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. Right. Know this, man. You feel it when you around brothers, man. It's a spirit that you have never had in your life since you've been on this earth, man. You can feel it, man. The spirit bear witness, man. You can't go against it, man. You can pull a Jonah if you want to, but guess what? Yahweh by Shemal Shai is the deepest of the deep, man. Only the 2/3, and they ain't even do it. He said, I don't even want them devils.
They doing his will.
Right. You gonna tell me? You gonna tell these Edomites, let his blood, my son's blood, be on you and your children? How dare you, devil? Okay, you are your father, the devil.
That is the utmost disrespect. When Apostle, I thought about that, I said, dude, that's the most disrespectful shit you can
I'm
say.
telling you, bro.
That's some disrespectful ass shit, man.
Disrespectful, for real.
I thought that's the same when they give us Barabbas. That's the same disrespect, man. Man,
If I can say this to what you said, when the Akim are gathered together, it's a spirit, like you can't really explain it. It's those first fruits being gathered together.
Right.
Because like the Lord said, He will stir us back in our pre-remembrance.
Right.
So we, on somewhat level, we remember the spirits that were together. The spirits that were together from the beginning remember each other, and they come together and push the word. You know what I'm saying?
you can't explain it because, like I said, tasting the kingdom. You can't explain the kingdom.
No, you can't.
You can't even begin
Hey,
to
it say
explain the
it that
kingdom.
follow it.
Yeah,
We
so
don't
what
even know what it is. All we know is the kingdom.
Paul was talking about that. Paul said that he had seen things that were not that
Oh
could
yeah,
not be uttered.
Who was that? Stuff. Who was that? He told him not to tell him all that he saw. Who was that?
Yeah. Oh, Daniel too. Told him seal the book up. He showed Daniel some things. Too. So back in Ezekiel 37:15, it said, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, moreover, thy son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companion, which is the southern kingdom. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and all the house of Israel, his companion, which is northern kingdom, and join them one together, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by this? That's why we got the chart out here. And Jake walking by, and they are not saying this. This is what the Lord say they supposed to say. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thy meanest by this? And Jake just walked by like they don't even see us out here, man. But guess what? You are marking the message of the Lord, not even saying nothing, man. They marking the message of the Lord, but they are being marked, man. Now, it's up to the Lord, but for the most part, man, they ain't gonna repent, man. We know 2/3 ain't gonna repent. What was talking about?
This is Job chapter 26 and 4 of the comment board. To whom hast thou uttered words, and whose spirit came from thee?
Right. Oh, come on. You keep reading. It says, Psalm 68:11 say, the Lord gave the word, and great was the company of those that published it. So, who's going to publish the word of the Lord? The elect, man. Humbly, boldly, diligently, man. Go ahead, you read that again. Well, that was it. Okay. Let me read it again. Yeah, read it again.
Talk about the publishing company, huh?
Right. They tell you 2 Peter 1:10, 2 Peter 1:20, it tell you that regular men didn't write these scriptures down, man, for the Lord, man. Okay, it said great was the company of those that published it. It was holy men that wrote these scriptures, man. Romans 15:4 say scriptures were written before time ago for our learning. That's why we believe, Esau, because we know this is real, man. Because it's a spiritual thing. This is not a carnal. This is not carnal, man. You will never understand because it's spiritual. And the Lord didn't give you the spirit. Y'all read again from now.
Job 26:4. To whom hast thou uttered words, and whose spirit came from thee?
Right. The Lord uttered the words, man. Right? And the elect published it, man. Right? To pass down to who? That's why Job 8:8 say, search out the ways of thy fathers, man. Right? That's why the Lord say in Ecclesiastes 12:1, right? Seek the Lord while the evil days come not, man. And you're you. Because time is coming, man. When the word gonna be gone. And it's happening now because they're taking down brother pages. Brother gotta create whole pages now, man. They're taking down brother pages, man. Brother got 10, 20,000 views, which, like the elder was saying, even though you got 13,000 views, all of them ain't part of the elect. Them just scoffers, that's watching. Entertainment, man.
That's also also a part of the sifting that the Lord's doing.
Come.
He's having the channels being taken down so that, like the
Whoa,
not
I was
to talk
thinking
about
about that
that.
too.
He got
Come.
13,000 subscribers, now he
Yeah.
has 900.
Right.
All those are that's just the sifting.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Lord's doing, and that's beautiful too, because the Lord's sifting, man. You want to be subscribed to brother pages just to be subscribed? No, man. The Lord finna sift your ass out, man.
But you're not plugged in. You
Yeah.
don't know how to get.
I was just thinking the same thing. You don't know how to find the other brother channel.
Right.
And now the apostles ain't going live, so y'all really being sifted.
Come on. Oh, man.
Y'all really being sifted.
Oh man, when live segment gonna be over with, oh you just gotta film like just film and not live. Oh man. Oh, did y'all see the new thing? Esau trying to ban the New Testament. Did y'all see that?
Oh yeah, God.
Bro.
Talking about that hate speech against Jews.
Right. Bro,
Talking about
when
taking out the whole New Testament, eliminating the whole New
they
Testament.
tapping into they messing with YouTube pages. They trying to ban the Bible. What's gonna be left?
Hold on.
Banning of the word taking off, boy.
Hold on, back up. You just say the the so-called Jew, is trying to get rid of the New Testament.
The New Testament.
Because Revelations exposes his ass.
Right. He said,
Goddamn devils.
Hey.
they say it's that anti-Semite, what they call it?
Yeah, anti-Semitism.
It's no fucking
Right.
book in it. And it's your book.
Right.
Your own book is anti-Semitic.
Right. Why you trying to ban your own book?
You goddamn devil.
Hey, this is what they saying, right? They saying that Yahushua was calling them vipers and serpents.
Right.
They saying that Yahushua was going against the Jews.
Well, actually, they don't accept Yahushua.
Right.
They're still waiting on the Messiah.
Right, but this is what they said. This is one of the reasons they said because he was convicting them, they're putting him to death, the Jews. Hey man, hey, why do you how about see my Messiah? Cause hey, when the family word hit, you gonna have bug outs looking, man. They're gonna be searching. Hey, let's get Ezekiel 33, man.
They gonna be looking hard.
Hard, bro. Hard. Start at 30. Because you people out there, man, all you people, you subscribers, all you sitting back, you keyboard Israelites, man, the Lord sifting you out of here, man.
Hey, they the same ones that was watching Noah build that fucking ark.
Right.
They was coming down there every day, eating popcorn, watching Noah beat the ark, talking
Right.
shit.
Right.
You know?
What you say, it's gonna rain, Noah? Oh, it's gonna rain? When it's gonna rain, Noah? Okay.
Yeah, you know, somebody had to get a little word like, damn, that bit big.
Yeah, that bit big.
It's coming together pretty good.
Pretty good.
It ain't gonna rain. Fuck all that.
Right. Hey, when you watch Evan Almighty, man, when he built the ark, they were like, you said it's gonna rain? He like, yeah. The Lord said, when it didn't rain, they like, yeah.
It did rain for a second.
Right,
They
then
were
it
like,
stopped.
Hold up.
Right.
Then it stopped. Then they were
Hey,
like, okay.
and when I seen that, I said, okay, that's going back to the elders back in 2000, right? Oh, y'all said the end was coming. It's just say, bro, listen, it's nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun, man. The same thing that happened in the ancient time, it's going on right now. And you, Jay, tell me, oh, no, ain't. You got this devil, when he came a couple months ago, talking about, oh, Jesus ain't come back for 1,000 years. You know, he said hundreds of years. That's what he said. All right. So, yeah, go ahead,
Ezekiel 33 and verse 30.
Yeah.
It says, also, thou son of man, the children of thy people are still talking against thee by the wall.
Hey, and that's on the comment board, man. You on the comment board talking about, oh, the Lord ain't coming. Oh, y'all ain't. Whatever you saying. Oh, Esau is Arabs, right? So who the hell is the Esau is the Japhetic people, right? Then if Esau is Japhet, who is Japhet? Go ahead,
It says, and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, everyone to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that coming forth from the Lord.
Oh, we done found the camp. Let's go out there and see what they're talking about. We found it. We finally found it. Let's go see what they talking about out there. All right, go ahead.
They ride it by.
Yeah, hey, right, come on.
That's 30. Verse 31, and they come unto thee as the people coming, and they sit before thee as my people.
Right.
And they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Right.
For with their mouth they shew much love.
And they always say, oh, we coming back. I'll be back out next Saturday, man. We'll be back. Hey, I ain't seen you yet, man.
Drive by Shalom.
Right, Shalom, right.
It says, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Right.
And
what's crazy, about that lovely song, only 144,000 can learn it. That's the beautiful thing, man. So while you sitting out here scoffing, listening to the song, you better, whatever tribe you from, you better be trying to be one of those 12,000.
When the famine hit, when the famine of the word hit, you know, like when you know a song is real catchy, but you know the words.
Right.
They gonna be trying to sing the words on wrong.
Right. Good. Hey, while y'all out there scoffing, hey, okay, we'll say 12,000 from every tribe. You better try to be one in 12,000. Like the elder was saying. Go ahead.
It says, "Thou art unto them as a very lovely song,
Right.
of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not."
Right.
That's why Abbott, and them guys get so many views.
Right.
They like to fuck me, man.
Right.
Oh, banging on Esau and all this shit.
Yeah, they put all the
Lovely
crazy
song,
titles
man.
up. Right.
Entertainment.
That lovely song. Entertainment. Come on.
Yeah, like you was going to even with the title.
I said that from day one. He put catchy ass titles, man. Verse 32.
Yeah.
It says,
Right. Come on. Yeah, man. Yeah.
verse 33, it says, "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then they shall know that a prophet have been among them."
Hey, so when you don't see us, brothers, that been standing out here diligently, when you don't see us out here no more, it's a problem, man. It's gonna be a problem. Nah, that was good.
If I may say this, and it's true, man, the Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, is coming like a thief in the night, man. If you can't see that the famine of the word is coming in, or that actual famine is coming in, then you along those lines of getting caught off guard when the Lord comes back, man. Because the famine of the word and all these things are in play right now. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pay attention.
But real quick, I was just thinking about some real quick. You know how we always talk about gradualism? The same thing happened with Esau. Like with how Trump just sent more troops out there. Gradually,
Right.
more and more troops are being piled up out
Until
there.
all of them out there.
And they ain't coming home.
They said September 11th, all the way until the Lord used September 11th
Yup.
to get a good chunk of y'all over there,
Yeah.
y'all over there. And now there's Syria, Libya. Now we doing this Iran
The
bubble.
determination is to gather the
Right.
Hey, you know what's crazy
That's
too?
crazy.
That's crazy
I ain't
because,
think about it.
hey, since you said that, since the whole September 11th thing, they've been going over there. Now they in 76 countries, right?
That's what the dude
They've
said.
been over there for 18 years.
The dude said. The dude, I forget the dude. He said you went in Iraq. You went in Iraq and you ain't never come out.
Right,
Tariq. Yeah, Tariq.
bro. And guess what? They've been over there, hey, and them what they call them, jihadists or whatever they call them, the terrorists. They've been hitting them in the head with them K's, man. They don't tell you how many of them dying over there every day.
Bro, he even said it. He said, y'all thought it was going to be cake.
Right.
Y'all basically say y'all thought it was going to be cake.
They asked him. They said, "Were you behind the Saudi Arabia shit?" He said, "No." He said, "You underestimate the power of people when they back desperate.
And back against the wall.
Exactly.
Right,
He say, look at us for
Right.
example. We ain't have all this. Our backs, our people were dying. Our neighbors
Well,
were getting
starving,
blown up.
man. No water.
And I say that you underestimate that Yahweh Shai want to judge your ass, man.
Right.
No, that's what you really underestimate, that the Lord will pay back for you touching his children, man. My bad.
Oh, as a matter of fact, man, before we close, let's get Joel 3, man. Let's get that, please. Let me get that, yeah. Hey, let's read that whole chapter down like 14, man. Yeah, Joel 3. Hey, cause the whole story is you put so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans in slavery, and the Lord is finna judge you. Hey, the Lord is bringing judgment just cause of you putting his people in slavery, man. Right? And you had a perpetual hatred, man. So this whole war thing, man, all the way back from World War I, man, all of that is leading up to what you have done to so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, man. You got it?
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9.
Start at 1.
Start at 1.
Yeah, I won't get the meat out there, man.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time
when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, meaning both kingdoms, northern and the southern kingdom, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat,
Right.
and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Yasharallah,
And the Lord been gathering you there, like the brother said, since September 11th, man. Go ahead.
whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Right.
And they have cast
See, the Lord say, cause what you did to his people and his land, man, which you have made the people desolate and the land, man. Go ahead, up.
Hey, like I think it's Obadiah said, because you had a perpetual hatred.
Right.
And pursued us with the sword.
Right. Come on.
It says, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot.
Now you started North America, Babylon the Great, from Wall Street with slaves, man. You cast lots for us, man. You started Wall Street. Now y'all got trillions running through that place from the backs of Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. From blood, sweat, and tears of Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
Hey, and it said giving a boy for a harlot.
Right.
You turned our men out, man.
Right, that's why.
You feminized the black man.
Come on.
That also goes into them actually selling our people for prostitutes.
Right. Come on. Right. Go ahead, up.
And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine.
Hey, like the brother, one of the elders, that's why you can get a chick right now for a little bit of liquor right now, man. She going. Go ahead.
That they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Right? I mean, you Africans, you Hamites, Salakia, you Hamites, because you ain't Africans. Go ahead.
And all the coast of Palestine.
Right?
Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temple my goodly pleasant things, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them from their border.
So you sold Israelites to the Grecians. Who is that? The Edomites, man. Right? Because the real Grecians was our Japhetic people, man. But starting with Alexander the Greek, y'all took that land over. Now you call yourself the Grecians, man. Okay, because you've been trying to hide behind the Romans, the Greeks, but you Edomites, man. Go ahead, up.
It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them.
Hey, now that's spiritual, man. Only the elect gonna understand that. The Edomites can understand the Lord saying he's gonna raise them out of those places. How? Hey, they heard a voice saying, come up hither. And they're entered up into a chariot, man. Go ahead.
It said, in the place where it was said, ye are not the people,
Right.
there it shall be said,
Right.
you are the sons of the living God.
You are the Hebrew Israelites. You wetback, spicks, porch monkeys, spooks, savages. You are the Hebrew Israelites. Go ahead.
It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them.
Was we not sold here in Babylon the Great? Was we not sold here, man? On auctioning blocks? Then you separate the families, man? You sold a son and daughter to another plantation, and you sold a mother and a father to a total separate plantation, man. The curse said what? That they was gonna look for their kids and long, and their eye was gonna fail them all the days long, man. Jake was looking for their kids to come back. They never came back, man. Go ahead,
And will return your recompense upon your own head.
And you should be paid back double, man. All you heathen nations, man. Because all y'all had a hand in our slavery, man. Go ahead.
It says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
Ooh. Not to the Israelites. Go ahead.
And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off.
Hey, your kids gonna be sold. Your house is gonna be separated. You're gonna be separated from your wives, your kids, and you ain't gonna see them no more, man. They're gonna be so. Hey, the same thing you did to the Hebrew Israelites, same thing gonna have to happen to you, man. On a double portion, though. Go ahead,
For the Lord Yahweh have spoken it.
Right.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Hey, the Lord say, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Go ahead.
Prepare war.
Right.
Wake up the mighty men, that all the men of war draw near.
And that's why the Lord is gathering you, all you nations, and you taking them over there, 13,000 here, 10,000 here, bits and pieces, until all y'all gonna be over there, and you ain't coming back, man. Go ahead.
Said, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
So all your agriculture tools that you use for agriculture, hey, put that to the side, make these missiles, man. Get your missiles together, and get your fine-tuned missiles, man. We want to make sure they can go to all ends of the earth. Go ahead.
Said, let the weak say I am strong.
Right. All the weak nations, right, that didn't have nuclear capability, they got it now, man. All the nations have what you Edomites in North America got, even better, man. Because Putin got way better technology than you Edomites over here. Go ahead.
Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about.
That's talking about all you 17 nations gather together. Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh.
Right.
Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shabbat.
And they over there, man. They over there right now. Go ahead.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Right.
Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
Hey, didn't it say Yahweh Shai was going to come back and he going to have a sickle in his hand? Right? What the angel told him? Hey, he go forth to reap, man. Because the harvest is what? It's ripe, man.
Like I always say, Yahweh Shai is the grim reaper, man.
Right, gun. Go ahead, dog.
It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down. For the press is full, and the fats overflow.
Right. Their sins have reached to heaven, man. Right? These Edomites, hey, the Lord said they fat, man. They ready to go. Hey, they some good fat goats ready to be slaughtered, man. Go ahead.
For their wickedness is great. Multitude in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near.
Right.
In the valley of decision.
It's near, man, and we can see it by the signs of the earthquakes, the wars, the rumors of wars, the pestilences, the famine that's going on, right? Or the uproars of the people. All these things is going on, man. We see it. We know the day of the Lord is near. Go ahead.
It says, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Right, because, hey, the missiles going to cover the air, man. Going to cover the sky. Go ahead.
It says, the Lord also shall roar out of Zion.
Oh, yeah, the missiles going to cover the sky. The chariots going to cover the sky. Hey, it's about the brightness of his coming, man.
Catch the slavery sign.
Hey, go ahead, dog.
You mentioned white man's destiny, but you didn't say nothing about slavery.
Go ahead.
Like Edomite.
Go ahead. Oh, he definitely Edomite.
Typical middle-aged, balding white devil.
Right.
Nothing new under the sun.
The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord Yahweh will be the hope of his people.
Right, the elect, man.
And the strength of the children of Yasharallah.
That was the point on that, dog. That was good. You can do your bring your closing precept. It's all good. They got theirs, man.
And when you see, that's fear, man. What you see, that's fear, man.
Right. Come on.
That's the utmost fear.
Revelations 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience,
Right.
I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
And that's gonna be that chip, man. That's gonna be Jacob's trouble. That's gonna be martial law, concentration camp, race riots. All these things is coming, man. And if you don't have a head of Yahweh by some Yahweh shot around you, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Go ahead,
Behold, I come quickly.
Right.
Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Come. And though he tarry, wait for it, he shall surely come. He will not tarry. He say he come quickly, man. Hey, so with that.
All right, with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakam, Radah.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, while the elders of Yasha Allah, and the sincere salutation call you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word in all truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Abad, Babam.
And laugh not, cry later. Laugh not, cry later.